Okay, we are live. And yes, I'm popping in really, really late. That's why all the titles and everything are still not changed. I'm just working on those really, really quick. But I wanted to get started while I worked on those just to say hi and welcome everyone in. Just because the reason I'm late is because there were a few settings that I needed to get worked out that I just forgot that I needed to do with the microphone situation and everything that happened, and I want to make sure everything was good before we got into it, essentially. So, yes, that is why I'm a little bit late and working on the stream information right now. So I need to change it here and then on YouTube really quick. So, yes, that is the plan. But yes, sadly, my old mic Wave died completely. It's over. Also, how does it sound? Do we sound okay? I think we do. Again, when I was doing all the tests, I was like, I think it sounds good, but then I always get worried that it doesn't sound good. You know? We're back with more. Um, why not? Both. There we go. And it doesn't really matter if I change the stream notification at this point, but I guess I'll still do it. I'll still do it. Yo! um, hang on. Wait. Oh no! Hang on. Yo, twofold on a Sunday? Actually, your mic is beyond quiet. Is it really? Hang on, let's go. Does that sound better? Is that good? Is that good? Oh no, because it was sounding good when I was doing my test recordings with it. Is it, maybe I need to move it a little bit closer to my face. If not, I can also turn up the gain a decent, but does it sound any better now? But welcome in, Tracy, welcome in, Seal, but sadly, yeah, no, again, the old mic died, and so this is a new one. So we're doing some testing with it right now, live, essentially. Because again, I thought it was good. Also, whoa, you never stream it this time. Also, first, never mind. You were so close. You were so quick on the draw with that, Seal. It was genuinely impressive. But we're actually not streaming twofold today. That's just because I didn't change the stream information because I'm a S tier streamer. We're actually streaming more of Why Not Both. So that's what we're doing. I'm just changing the stream information right now just to actually have it be accurate. And I gotta change it on both ends of this. But how's everyone doing today? There we go. Done. Oh wait, no, I didn't change the category. Hang on. Oh, I'm throwing. Why not both? Okay. Bloop. There we go. Let's go ahead and just jump over to the YouTube side of things really, really quick so then I can get all that stuff changed. Bloop. Reading more. Why not both? There we go. Oh, I need to make a playlist on YouTube for Why Not Both. I realize I haven't done that yet. I really need to get on that. Also, I do need to be a little bit more careful with this mic because this mic is worse at picking up when I have like my head turned away. Obviously, like most mics in general aren't like great at picking up your audio when you have your head turned away from it. You're still quiet, but better than before. Okay, here, let me turn up the mic on the thing itself. There we go. Is that better? How does that sound? I don't want to like accidentally like overdo it on the corrections and like blow your guys' eardrums out. So I was like figured like we can do it in like incremental increases. Much better. Yes. Excellent. Let's go. Where's my Why Not Both? Oh, there it is. There's my Why Not Both thumbnail. Excellent. Perfect. We are here. Also, so I've been working on a lot of yard stuff today before getting into stream and everything. And while I was taking a shower, I gave myself 2 separate jump scares. One of which I had like a bunch of bruises on my knees, and I was sitting there like, why would I do that? I'm never on my knees, like ever. It hurts my knees. I have bad joints. Why would I want to be on my knees? Hang on. Gotta make sure that this is gross. Volume. There we go. I just wanted to make sure that everything is all good. Oh, yep, everything's good on the Twitch side, so I can close that down and go back to look at it at YouTube. So I was very confused by that, because, like, I was trying to think of the last time I was, like, on my knees. It was probably, like, 2 weeks ago when I was, like, doing some room adjustment stuff, and I was grabbing something from under my bed for like 5 seconds. Outside of that, I was like, the yard work I do is like weed eating, mowing the lawn, yada yada yada. So I was very confused by that. And then the other one was I white man jump scared myself. I saw my I saw my feet, how non-tanned they were compared to the rest of my body, because I spend a good amount of time outside, whether it be walking my dog, taking myself for walks, or just like doing, again, like yard work and just being outside. I really enjoy it. So I'm decently tanned, except for my feet and stomach, and like those areas, it's just like white as a ghost, white as a sheet. And it scared me. It was like, oh my gosh, am I like sick or something? Like, why do I have no color in my limbs or anything like that? Like, what's going on? No, it's just because they're not tanned. But it's a very, very, very scary moment. Also, hang on, I want to close some things down on my computer just to make sure everything's going good. Yeah, there we go. Let's go ahead and take care of that. Because I have a lot of things open right now. Because I didn't think I'd be able to actually, like, do any streams today until, like, deep into yesterday. I think it was, like, around, like, 3 or 4 p.m. when I was like, oh, yeah, I can do this. I got the mic up. I got it working. Or at least I thought it was relatively working. I thought it was at a good volume. So I really appreciate everyone correcting me on that. So thank you. What else has been going on? Oh, I've been debating on pre-ordering Night Rain, the new Elden Ring, the new FromSoft game coming out, but it's, I don't know. I'm not the biggest fan of like just pure co-op games anyway, and it's taking away like the main aspect of Elden Ring that I really like, being the open world, and I'm not the biggest fan of open world games in general. So the fact that like I like the open world of Elden Ring is like a big deal to me. I love it. I love the open world aspect. So the fact that there's none of that and it's just all based around the combat, I'm like, that's already kind of a turn off. But like at the same time, playing with friends could be fun. But then I'm like, what do I get it on? Because there's no crossplay. Because we're in the year 2025 and everything doesn't have crossplay for some reason. So I had like a friend on PlayStation who I'm like, oh, I would love to play it with you. But they're also like, well, I don't even really want to get it because it's like 1 or 3 player. There's no 2-player option, which is like, come on. Like, FromSoft is like truly the only company that's behind Nintendo when it comes to like online games, essentially. Like, not having a 2-player option is ridiculous. So I'm like, yeah, I guess if I got it on PlayStation, it wouldn't really do anything because there's only one person I would want to play with, and we wouldn't even be able to play it together because we need 3 people. So that kind of sucks. But then I was like, on the PC side, I'm like, I really need to get my old PC, well, I guess my quote-unquote new PC actually fixed before I can do that, because I don't think this computer could handle doing any kind of Elden Ring adjacent things without just completely falling apart on itself. So I don't really want to do that. But it's like, that's where everyone else I would be able to play it with is doing it. And I also think it'd be a lot of fun. But an issue is I also think it'd be a lot of fun to stream it. And this computer, even if it can run the game, it can't run everything else involved in streaming it. So I'm like, I don't really know what I want to do with this game. So I haven't pre-ordered it yet. It's coming out in like 5 days. I'm like, I don't know what we're doing here. I don't know what to do. Especially since I'm not really the biggest fan of like roguelikes or anything. Like, the only one I've really enjoyed is like Hades, so I'm like, is it even worth getting? I don't know. Very conflicted. And then, oh, I had something else I wanted to bring up and talk about. Oh, it was kind of like the ideas I was having with Elden Ring, Night Rain, and streaming. I was like, you know, it could be kind of fun to like try and do like community gaming days, like 1 or 2 times a month, whether it be something simple like a Smash Bros lobby, or like playing on Pokemon Showdown, or like with Elden Ring Night Rain. I was like, that'd be like fun to like get people in who could and like do some runs of that together stuff. So like I want to like test the water with people, see how they feel about it, and if so, then that could be definitely something we try to implement later on. But I think with that being said, that's really all I had to cover, because again, most of my week has just been trying to figure out like this technical stuff of going on, because I really didn't want to like get a new mic, because the main issue I was having with the mic was like, I plug it in, it doesn't work. I unplug it, plug it in a couple of times, and it usually would start working again. This time it just finally crapped out, so it's like been a lot of me trying to see if I could change anything to fix it instead of buying a new mic. So that didn't work out. So that was like most of my week outside of working. Ooh, I guess what does anyone have like fun plans for the 3-day weekend? If you have the 3-day weekend, of course, for Memorial Day. All me and my family is really doing it for it is just having like a barbecue, which I'm so thankful that plans around that have changed, because the original plans for it, which this is gonna sound like the most American thing ever probably, but instead of actually like cooking out and having like a real barbecue, a lot of the talks at the beginning of when my entire like immediate and like extended family were all talking about it was, oh, we should just order KFC. And I'm like, that's not a barbecue. That's just fried chicken. I don't think that counts as the same thing. So like when that was happening, I was like, oh, please, let's not. But at the same time, I was like the only one on that ship. But then like as it got closer to actually like planning it all out and seeing what everyone wanted to do, everyone was like, you know, as much as I do want that Kentucky Fried Chicken, I think we should just cook out, actually do a real barbecue. And in my heart, I was like singing. I was like, yes, yes, thank you. So that's really the only plans that I have going on. Like, I'm gonna, like, of course, like, wake up, walk my dog, and go for a run. Because I think the gym I go to is gonna be closed tomorrow for it being Memorial Day, but I'm not sure. So that's really all I've got going on. But at the same time, that's also gonna be a big part of the day, because it's basically just a big old family party. I don't think that's a thing in Mexico, lol. Last week of school, though. Ooh, are you doing anything fun to celebrate that, though? Like, any kind of, like, a special thing you're gonna do for it? Like, just, like, take some time off to, like, just hang out, chill, go on a trip, get yourself something tasty to eat, like, anything at all to kind of celebrate that? Because that's still a big deal, getting to the end of a semester like that. Especially in college. I mean, dropping out is enough of a celebration, Lamau. You know what? I didn't think about that part. That, yeah, you're really freeing yourself from school at that point. So I do think that that's a pretty good celebration. So, but how are you feeling about that? How are you feeling about like actually making it to like the end of this semester, getting through it all? Cause as a fellow college dropout, I even though I failed some classes in my last semester due to some like personal like life stuff, I was still proud of myself for getting through it in general, even if I failed. And then dropping out of it was like oh, all of this weight is being lifted off my shoulders. Now it's just all of the student debt that I'm gonna have to start paying soon, which is not fun, which is not a good time. I'm just glad it's over. Oh, that's so fair. That's so fair. You're just free of it all. You're just free of it all. So that's good. That's good. Oof. Paying that sucks. I'm still in that too. No, it's so bad. Especially because, like, I don't know if you went through this, but my first semester of college, ended, like, was going through like when COVID-19 first started. Also, I'm sorry, Mike, I bumped you. I have a new like pop filter going on. That was also one of the things I need to get sorted out, was the pop filter. And it's a lot bigger of an arm, so I'm going to be bumping it a lot more most likely. So, sorry? But it's like, my first semester of college went through when COVID first started. And so the end of it kind of just sucked, because no one really knew what to do, because a lot of teachers were like, well, a lot of my stuff involves, like, hands-on stuff that you do at the school, like, we can't really switch it off too easily, so there's a lot of people just trying to figure that out. And then I went back the next semester, because the school I went to was like, yeah, no, like, all the teachers, like, all the professors are like, they feel sorted. Also, there's an issue with the YouTube chat right now. It's saying that that it's not able to connect to it. That's fine. Let me just reload the page to see if that changes anything. So then I went back to school for the second semester, and none of the professors, even like other people I was talking to, are like, yeah, no, this has just been a waste of $3,000, because none of the professors know what they're doing. I just think that they didn't want to like have the school take the semester off too while they actually figured it all out. So it's kind of a lot of that. Like, I was taking a film editing class, which I did actually learn a decent amount from, but it was also me teaching myself, because a lot of it was supposed to be like, you do this at home, but my computer wasn't working with it, because none of us were expecting to need a computer to edit stuff like that at home. And so, like, the specific program that we were using just was not compatible with my computer. Like, there was, like, some drivers issues going on. None of it was working. So I had to go up to school to do it. but the school Wi-Fi is so bad that I couldn't actually watch the classes. So what the strategy that I had to do was I will look at like the syllabus, figure out what it is we're learning, and look at like the assignment descriptions and like screenshot it, so then I can go to school to work on like the in-class computers, because those were an option, but like they all heavily dissuaded us from doing that because of how bad the Wi-Fi is there and that we wouldn't be able to participate in class. So I basically just taught myself how to do all of the assignments that we were doing, instead of actually being taught anything by the professor, because again, it's another situation of like, I don't really know what else you were supposed to do in this situation. Like, having us all in the classroom, all touching the computers and everything, and, like, spreading germs and diseases all around. I'm like, that's not a very favorable position to be in. But again, some of our computers just didn't work, so we were like, there was no good solution to that issue. So I definitely struggled on that class. But again, I still learned a decent bit. But it definitely felt like a waste of $3,000. So still paying that off. But it's fine. At least like the college debt isn't like too much each month, so it's not too big of a deal. But I think with that being said, I feel pretty good to just get hopped. Good job, me. Get right on into the game. I'm really excited to be back, just because we had to take like obviously like the week off before with my dad being out for surgery and everything, and now we are able to get back into things. And then after that, I was like, again, as soon as we actually get back, it's like, well, I guess we're not. At least we only had to miss one stream. We only had to miss one stream because of the mic situation. But so it's like good, but it feels good that we got it sorted out that fast so we could get back into it. So yeah, with that being said, let me go ahead and unmute the game. Also, how does this, just because I had to change a lot of the audio mid-stream, how does like the game sound compared to me? Is it too quiet? Is it too loud? Looking at the waveforms, it looks like it should be about right, but I just want to check with everyone, see how they're feeling about it. Before messing with anything. Sounds good to me. Awesome. Let's go. Then, yeah, let's get on into it. You completed Act 1. Also, I really like the, is that just because this is like a Ichio version of the game where you get like little achievements like that instead of like the typical pop-down? Because I really like the aesthetic of that because it actually matches the game. It's not like when you're playing like, I don't know, like Silent Hill 2, and you go through an emotionally traumatizing cutscene, and then suddenly you get a ba-da-da-ding as the achievement just pops into screen. I like that this one actually like looks like the game. I appreciate that. Rio and I decided yesterday we'd try a new ice cream stand near her place. I waited until her family got us back from the temple around noon and took the bus. The weather report shows it could get up to 35 degrees, so it's a good day to get some ice cream. When I arrive at Rio's house, one of her parents is outside watering some plants. He greets me before heading inside to inform Rio I've arrived. Gosh, I love this outfit for Rio so much. It's so adorable. Moments later, Rio steps outside and gives me a hug. Good morning, Jenny. She didn't. Rio, come on. Shoot, sorry, Jen, that just slipped out. I didn't mean it. Her instant reaction upon realizing what she said leads me to believe her. Wait, what did she say wrong? Wait, what? Why would that even slip out? Do you secretly call me that? Oh, the nickname. I remember now. I'm locked back in. Do you secretly call me that in your head or something? The first 5 or 6 years I knew you, I called you Jenny, so I guess it's still an old habit. Well, I guess it's her actual name that she called her. Excuse me. I asked you to stop calling me that years ago. I know, I'm not sure why I'm suddenly starting to say it again. I'm sorry. I've always thought Jenny is a cute name. Her response shakes my composure, leaving me feeling timid. Gosh, Jen is like the most cannot handle any kind of flirtation in the slightest. It's like, I think you have a cute name, and it's like, oh, stop, I can't handle it. How am I supposed to reply? What does she mean by that? I feel even more shy that one of her parents heard everything. Maybe I'm taking her too seriously. Don't embarrass me like that. Aw, sorry, Jen. Rio sulks, peering at me with her adorable eyes. Well, anyway, I'm glad to see you. It's hot and I'm excited to get some ice cream. Me too. Her usual enthusiasm returns immediately. Can you believe some people endanger themselves by continuing to work in this heat? Rio speaks loud enough for her parents to clearly hear her. Oh my gosh, that's how it was. That's how it was for me today. Out of nowhere, the past like week and a half, the temperature decided to drop from like 80, 90 degrees down into the 40s, 50s, and 60s. It was always like in that range, never went above 60s. And then today it was like, hey yo, I just remembered that it's late spring, almost summer. What if I just popped up to 90 degrees? That's gonna be base. And it's like, no, give us an adjustment period, please. But it's also like, I gotta get it done. And I didn't do it in the morning, so the only option I'd have would be to do it late at night. But there are things to do after stream today, so I was like, I can't do that. That's not gonna work. So it's not fun. I agree with Rio so proudly. They have a chuckle together. We set off through the neighborhood to the new ice cream shop. By the way, thanks for giving me a heads up about Allie. We talked and she scolded me a little, but she knows I didn't intend to manipulate Aspen. Oh, sorry, Rio. No, it's fine. I think she's right. There was a better way to do that. I called Aspen to apologize and she accepted my apology. One of the things I love about Rio is she remains in a chipper mood despite being called out. Well, that's because, like, you just need to, like, not view it as being called out. You just need to view it as, like, someone's, like, pointing out, like, a thing that you did. Like, everyone makes mistakes, so, like, it's just, you need to accept that people are going to point those out sometimes. Oh, hello! Hang on. David? Hang on. Oh, I couldn't read the name. Oh, no. For the follow, it looked like you said, like, your name was, like, Spirit something. If you want, you could post your... Just be like, hi, Tribute v Spirit, here to drop support, can't stay because spoilers and I are bitter enemies. No, that's so valid, It is a widely known thing in these parts. Oh. Thank you for the hydrate. But it is widely accepted and known around here that we are an anti-spoiler zone, so... If you don't want to be here for spoilers, we totally accept that. No one will judge you. But thank you so much for stopping by and showing some support. I appreciate it. And I hope that you have a great rest of your day. But yes, please do avoid spoilers if you can. Hello there. Also, welcome in, Flowey to Flower. How's your day been? You been up to anything fun or special on this nice weekend? And by nice weekend, I mean it's way too hot and I want it to go back to being cold. I miss the cold so bad. Everyone dies. Yeah. That's actually how this game ends. See, it's set up to be like a romance. It's set up to be beautiful. And then it's just a tragedy by the end. It's incredible. Fake spoiler, probably. I don't know. What do you mean? You're not an expert in this game? What do you mean by that? Silly notifications. I went back over to... I forgot that you were in the YouTube chat as well, Flowey. And that kind of jump scared me right there. I don't know. I don't play it. I will not confirm or deny anything. Hey, yo, Social, drop the spoilers. Does everyone die by the end? Oh, I have a great running bit with a friend of mine where both of us, we're both in the same boat of, like, spoilers suck, we hate them, they're icky, sticky, gross. But for some reason, I think it's so funny to try and get her to spoil things for me. And she hates it. Like, we watched all 7 seasons of Pretty Little Liars together, which the whole point of that is like, oh, it's a whole mystery and yada yada yada. The entire show, I was trying to get her to spoil who the antagonists were and all that. I'm reading some book series that she really loves, Fourth Wing and ACOTAR, and I'm trying to get her to spoil it relentlessly, and I think it's so funny. I love it. Obviously, she gets mad, but, like, I don't know why I like it. Because, again, I don't actually want to be spoiled. It's just like seeing if I can get her to. Because, like, getting, like, normal people who like to spoil things is, like, easy, you know? Most people just do it. But the fact that, like, both of us are so against spoilers in every single way, and it's, like, to the same degree that I am, of, like, I want to go in completely blind. After, like, with books, like, if she hears, like, a premise she likes, she doesn't even read the back of the book or, like, the inside cover or anything like that. It's just straight into it because she doesn't want to know anything until she sees it on the page for herself, and I'm the same way. So it's just a fun challenge. Also, it makes her laugh when she accidentally does, so that I do like that. I do like that. I hate when I accidentally spoil things. No. And that's so fair. Like, when it's accidental spoilers, it's like, that's understandable. But at the same time, I'm never gonna get mad at her for spoiling anything. because I'm trying to get them out of her, you know? Again, it's just a game, and I enjoy playing it. But, yeah, but welcome in. But I won't do it on purpose. Yeah, exactly, and I appreciate that. I appreciate the anti-spoiler zone that we have erected here, so I appreciate it. One of the things I love about Rio is that she remains... Oh, we read that part. It takes us about 10 minutes to get to the stand. I really appreciate that there's outside seating in the shade. Oh? Lore. World building. Most goods and services are freely available, but others must be purchased with credits. People tend to use their phones to complete transactions like this one. Excellent. You know, I've thought about... Flowey, why did you just redact on the YouTube chat? Why did I just look over and I just see message redacted? But, like, Wait, and if you're asking me how I'm feeling, yes, I am curious about how you're feeling. But I've, like, thought about, like, attaching my phone to do that. Like, do, like, the whole, like, iPay or Android Pay or whatever it's called. But I've heard that it's really easy to, like, hack people if they have that active. So I'm like, as nice and convenient as this sounds, I'm good. Don't tell me you're too blind to see. Never gonna give... Oh my gosh. I can't believe I just got rickrolled in my YouTube chat. Alright, someone kill that guy. Get him out of here. Guess who's back? Hello. Welcome in, KK. How's it going? How's your day been? You got any fun plans for, Again, if you are, like, in the part of the world that celebrates Memorial Day, do you have any fun plans for that? Got him. Wait, what? Listen, Flowey, listen. You rickroll me, you gotta deal with the consequences. That's all I'm gonna say. You accidentally said a line from the song. Wait. I don't think I accidentally said a line from the song. I'm pretty sure you just wrote them in the chat and I read them out. Right? Wait, and the urge came to me. Yeah, I think you're just trying to shift the blame. I don't think I quoted Rick Astley at all. Doing good, and no, I'm sleeping on Friday, but I have prom, so that's fun. Oh, that's really fun. That sounds like a great time. The last prom that I ever went to, also I want to ask if you're, like, doing anything fun beforehand or after and stuff like that, just to let us know. Dang, English bad. No, it's so fine. It's so fine. If you listen to me talk, you know that most of us here struggle to speak. But the very last prom that I went to... Oh, thought I redeemed a timeout. Do you want that on yourself, or are you trying to time out someone else? Like, what do you want with that? Me? You want yourself timed out? Tracy, could you time out Flowey for me? It's their desire to be timed out. Sleeping in and then, but on Friday. Okay. But the last one that I went to, we went to a restaurant. I'm not gonna give the name of it because I think it's a local place that's only, like, around here. Here, hang on. Oh, wait. Hang on. I'm just making sure I get your name right. Basically, it's like, hang on. It's like this barbecue place where... How do I put this? I don't think it was Korean barbecue. It's weird because it was a mix of, like, barbecue, like American barbecue, and Korean food, if that makes any sense. But, like, while we were there, the food is so messy, and I wasn't aware of this, because I was just, like, told, like, oh yeah, it's, like, just really good food. And so, like, me and our dates agreed to it, but then the person who, like, knew all about it... Wait, the user I was trying to time out... Flowey, you're not real, you don't exist. That's crazy. Hang on, I probably just spelled your name wrong. Flowey... D... Flower. There we go. Excellent. I think you know what you're talking about. Okay, so it might not be a local place. But again, I'll still give some just in case, you know, be err on the side of caution. But again, the food is so messy there, and none of us knew that except for one person. The person who was like, "This food's amazing," described it all to us, set up like the whole thing, got the reservations and everything. He didn't want anyone else to know about it, so we all arrived there in our nice suits and dresses and everything. And then he whips out 6 ponchos for us to all wear. And that's how messy the food is that if we were all coated in ponchos, we were going to absolutely ruin our tuxes and dresses. It would have been a complete disaster. But it made for such a memorable thing because we have just so many pictures of us all just sitting there, like, looking, like, you can still see, like, the dresses and the tuxes and everything underneath it, but it's just pictures of us all trying to, like, look nice and everything while just splattered in food. It was such a great time. Unfortunately, I have no date. Going with some homegirls, I mean, hey, that's not bad. Going with some friends is, like, a great time. I mean, a lot of the dances I went with, like, yes, like, we went as, like, dates, but it was, like, dates as friends. It was like, hey, we've been friends for a while now. Want to go to this dance with me? And then if it was a girl's choice, they'd be like, hey, we've been friends for a long time. You want to go hang out at this dance with me and, like, do, like, day dates before and everything like that? I was like, yeah, absolutely. So there's nothing wrong with that. It's a great time. I'm probably going to be a big... Wait, be a big back after prom? What does that mean? What does that mean? Imagine when friends couldn't be me. But yes, ponchos again. We just got a bunch of ponchos on. Otherwise, we would have completely ruined ourselves. I'm gonna eat a bunch of food. Big back. Oh, I didn't know that big back meant you're just gonna eat a bunch of food. But I mean, hey, that's part of like part of like the prom experience. Is just. Again, you go to somewhere nice where you just get a bunch of food all ready for you and you just do a bunch of that. So it's a good time. It's a good time. So, but yeah, with that being said, let's get on back into this. But I'm glad that it sounds like you're gonna have an amazing time regardless, so. Over here with some Wingstop. Ooh. Apologies, game. We'll get back to you in a second. So, I've been doing a lot of dieting and exercising to try and get back into shape recently, and I'm almost halfway to my goal. My goal is, like, I was at 250 when I started. My goal is 200 because I've seen how I look at 200, and that's, like, kind of the body and feeling that I want to get back to. Because I also just felt amazing when I was at 200, so that's what I want to get back down to. Good job. Proud of you. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. So it's been a lot of that. I'm about halfway there. Again, I'm like 1 pound over it, so I'm at 226. But the next time I do a cheat day, I've never tried Wingstop, but I love buffalo wings so much. And it's right next to a pizza place, and pizza and buffalo wings go so good together. So it's like, oof. I want to try it. I want to do that day so bad. But one of my goals for like the summer is to go really, really hard at the dieting, because at least for me, this isn't the experience that everyone has. Once you really get your body into the diet, it speeds up your metabolism, you start processing things a lot faster, so then you can be worse at your diet for like a little bit longer or like a little bit more often without it really detrimenting you as much as like a cheat day like once a week would kind of do. Which even then, a cheat day like once a week isn't like the worst thing ever. But the reason I want to do this, like really get my body back into like that process of being able to handle a lot of bad food at once without like me getting a bunch of weight back, is because in June I'm going to go up and visit a friend for a weekend, and I just want to be able to pig out with them. I'm going on a family trip in July, and I want to be able to just like not have to think about sticking to a diet while I'm up there and all that stuff. And then I'm also going camping with some friends in August, and a friend of mine is getting back from an LDS mission in August, and I want to be able to like celebrate with them and like go camping and like be able to eat up all the junk food that you bring up on camping trips and stuff like that. So I'm like, outside of that, those like weekends, I'm like, for all the months of summer, it's just gonna be dieting except for like those weekends essentially, because I want to just not worry about it. Lemon peppered wings, oh, also nice. You got this. I'm gonna start working out in the summer. It feels so nice. Like I was telling some of my friends, because I have another friend who's also like been getting into shape and like losing a lot of weight and exercising, and we were talking about the Stairs Master. It's just a machine where you just walk up a rotating set of stairs that are like really tall for a long time, and it burns like I've talked about it a bunch on here before because it's just like my favorite exercise now, but it burns like 1,000 calories in an hour. And I was telling all my friends about like how long I do it for, like the full hour that most people don't go for, and how many calories I burn. A lot of them were like, yeah, that's great and all, but it's so hard, it's so exhausting, how do you do it? And I'm like, because whenever I finish working out, it is like the most alive I ever feel. I feel, even if it's like the most exhausting thing ever, I feel so good by the time I'm done. Message retracted? What's the message retracted for in the YouTube chat? But yeah, no, you got this, you got this. Again, working out feels, like, I think it's one of those things, like, you have to work your way into it, because your body, like, instinctively is like, hey, this is hard, I don't want to do this anymore. But if you push through for, like, for me, it's only been, like, when I first started working, I was, like, a week, and then I could get back into it just fine. Like, get back into working out without it being, like, bad or anything. Lol, you actually fell for the fake message retracted. You know, I guess I did. You got... Oh, yeah, that is a fake one. Oof, never mind. They go hand in hand in the biggest cheat day. Yeah, I really want to do it. Oh, and you got a lot of summer plans. Like, you have much fun in the summer. Oh my god, it hurts my legs. Yeah, no, that's exactly how everyone else reacts to it too, but it's like, but I love the pain, which sounds bad, but I love, like, the pain from exercise. Like, obviously, it's like, if you're having, like, causing joint and muscle damage, you can tell the difference between the two of you just work hard or you're, like, working too hard. At least I can. So it's like I never push myself too hard, but I love the feeling of working out. It feels so good. But yeah, I hope that everyone has, like, good plans for the summer. It feels weird because, like, it is, like, legitimately, like, right around the corner. Like, most of the schools around me are, like, getting out and are, like, done now. Like, there's, like, a few here and there that are still going, but for the most part, it is just over. So I hope everyone has a great summer. It's been a while. I've just been very busy, but in the summer I'll be trying my best. Yeah, no, that's definitely, like, one of the leading factors of me not having a lot of time is that I do work out, because it is, like, a huge chunk of time that you have to take on your day. So anyways, with that being said, let's get back into it. But yeah, I do believe in you. You got this. Achieve all your goals. Because it does feel really good to do. We approach the stand, enter our orders, and tap our phones. The bots do their thing for about 10 seconds and serve us our ice cream. Oh, I was tabbed out. My apologies. Hang on. Let's go like this. Excellent. We head to the shade and dig in before it melts. Rio's mint chocolate chip ice cream drips a little down the side of her cone, while I'm already halfway through my coffee ice cream. Ew. I can feel my body cooling down as I savor the silky texture, enjoying the cashew aftertaste. Whoa, this is really good. It is. We enjoy our time in the shade with our cool treats. It feels good to be able to relax for a moment and not worry about our academic work. I still have a few... Oh, we're playing this at the perfect time. Oh my gosh. I still have a few things on my mind that I want to talk to Rio about. However, before I can mention them, Rio speaks. I told Chloe what you said about her show. Oh? Wait. What? Why would you do that? I didn't say anything bad. I just told her what you thought about her performance and that she's pretty. Okay, Rio, girl, honey, doll, you gotta chill on that. You can't keep outing people in these ways, alright? Do it once, and it's fine. Do it twice, and it's becoming a pattern. I prefer cookies and cream. I'm not a fan of pistachios. I'm also not the biggest fan of pistachios. Like, pistachios are nuts, right? I believe that they are. I might be misspeaking. But I love nuts, and I love ice cream, but I hate pistachios, and I don't like them together in any way. But, dude, a good cook... That's the thing. Ice cream, chocolate, and soda are, like, my biggest vices when it comes to actually, like, taking care of my body. And so every single time in one of these streams, people mention ice cream, just like, ooh, I desire it. I crave it now. I need it. Especially with it actually getting into summer and being hot. I'm like, oh, what a great way to cool off with a nice big ice cream. It's like, no, stay strong, stay strong. No, twice is a coincidence. 3 is a pattern. I mean, 3 strikes, you're out. That's, you know, that's my rule. Yes, I think so. Excellent, excellent. I know my nuts. Girl, read the room. Exactly, exactly. You can't keep outing people like this. You told her I think she's pretty? Yeah? Did I do something wrong? I think it made her feel good. Rio. At least she's coming from a place of pure intention. Sometimes I wonder why Rio doesn't understand stuff like this. What's wrong? Those are positive things, right? I think she was happy to hear them. Chloe was happy when you told her I think she's pretty. And a good performer, yeah. What's wrong? If Chloe knows I think she's pretty, she might think I like her. Oh? Do you? No? I mean, I think she's attractive, yes. Base gen up top. And she was nice to me at the start and still, but I still don't like her like that. Jen, I don't believe Chloe is gonna think you are ardently interested in her just because you think she's pretty. Oh, are you sure about that? I'm pretty sure. If you want me to ask her, I can. We're actually going hiking on the 79th. What? Rio laughs a little at my reaction to the news. Maybe I'm overreacting. I think I'm still fixated on the idea that Rio shouldn't be friends with Chloe. Yeah, I asked her if she wants to hang out, and she eventually agreed. We are going hiking at Pinnacle Park. I would never have imagined Chloe as the hiking type. She says she isn't fond of camping, but she does enjoy hiking. That is me to a T. I love being out in nature, but I do not like camping. I like going into nature, going home to be in my nice cozy bed, and air conditioning, and I like going back out into nature. That's how I prefer to do it. Wait. See why I kind of dislike her? Again, it comes from pure intentions. It comes from pure intentions. 8-Ball, am I insane? Magic 8-Ball says, perhaps. Cap, you're not crazy. 8-Ball is flowy crazy. There's a little bit of a cooldown on it. You gotta give it a minute. I like all of them. That good to hear. Good to hear. Same. Oh, you're the same way, Social, with the whole camping thing. It's like I understand. Okay, here's the thing. I don't actually understand it. Everyone I know who likes hiking, like, brings out giant, like, air mattresses or cots that they put, like, small mattresses on and stuff like that. So it's like, okay, the rest of us who aren't, like, avid campers don't have these kinds of things, so we sleep on the ground. You guys enjoy it because you bring a full bed, breakfast, and bathroom on your way out here. So it's not the same thing. It's not the same. But again, like, I could so go down for some, like, day hikes. Like, the amount of times, like, me and my family have, like, gone up into the canyon and spent the day driving around, hiking, just being out in nature, and I love it, like, every single time we do it. And then we come home, I take a nice shower, and then I go to bed, and it feels amazing. So, I see. I shall check then. Yeah, it is an 8-minute timer, because when we're talking about the cooldown, it should be, we're like, haha, Magic 8-Ball, maybe it should be 8 minutes. And then we all applauded. She said she isn't fond of... Oh, we read that part. Oh yeah, that makes more sense to me. Jen, you don't have to stick people into boxes. I know, I know. Is this a date? A date? Oh, I don't think so. What do you mean you don't think so? I don't know, I'm just trying to get to know her more. I stare at Rio for a moment while she looks confused. How can she be so intuitive about some things, yet so obtuse about others? You gotta know if this is a date or not, right? I mean, does Chloe think it's a date? It's crazy that the most oblivious and, like, most out of touch with this subject is also the best at flirting with people and getting them all flustered and stuff. Was the word date used when you planned this? No, the word date was not used, and I don't think Chloe believes it to be a date. Though I'll probably ask her now. I can't help but chuckle a little. Rio. Our conversation, which felt a little serious at first, settles into a good-natured banter among friends. It's interesting. I start to wonder about what Rio said. It did initially make me feel frustrated, but maybe it doesn't matter that Chloe knows the stuff I said about her. Well, I hope you both enjoy your time out of the city. I'll be out of town as well, at an away game. Thanks, Jen. I'll let you know how it goes. And good luck at the game. We slip into another silence, leaning back and enjoying the shade. This might be the best time to mention what I've been thinking about. But Rio, yes? When we were at Aspen's and when we were flirting... Oh, Jen, I'm sorry if I went too far. I wasn't trying to make you feel uncomfortable. Rio's name keeps reminding me of the movie, and I cringe every time. I think we actually had one of those a big discussion about the Rio movies not too long ago because of Rio's name. Which, hey, apparently there's a third one coming out, which is weird. It's been like a decade and a half since the second one. I don't know why we're doing another one. Jen, you suck? Whoa, 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 what makes you say that? How dare, how dare? No, I just felt embarrassed, and I didn't know how to react. Oh? Oh? Wait, that's why we did it, though, right? Resilience theory and all of that. In this context, resilience theory refers to the idea that introducing manageable stressors can help build emotional resilience. However, if the stressors are too intense, they can have the opposite effect, leading to harm. Oh, I'm pretty sure that's like an actual, like, real-world thing. Like, I've talked a lot to the therapist that I used to see about this concept, essentially, because I was like, one of the ways, because I used to be like, I still have like social anxiety, but it used to be like way worse of like, if I needed to talk to somebody at like a store to get help, like a worker or something, it would like make me like tear up and I couldn't do it at all. I turned completely mute. So what I did was I forced myself to get a job at a theme park where I'd have to interact with a lot of people all day, every day, to help like build up these kinds of resistances and resilience to the anxiety so I could actually push through it and do stuff like this. It's a real world thing. Excellent, excellent. That's really cool. Also, question for you, Social. Is there a difference between when it's a green exclamation point and a yellow exclamation point? Is a yellow exclamation point specifically for world building in the game, and like the green exclamation point is just more for like facts about the things that the characters are talking about? Is that how it's sorted out? I'm not here for you. I just want to hear. Wait, let me hear your deepest flaws. Probably my social anxiety and nervousness. I don't know, probably that. I was about to ask for yours, but I'm like, I don't want to ask. I don't want you to out yourself with your biggest flaws. I don't want that to be a thing. Yes, that is the difference. Yes. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, I can catch on to context clues. Ugh, I love the movie Rio. I haven't seen it since I was a wee child, but I remember being I remember like really, really liking it. And like when it first came out, like all the kids, it was like one of those movies that like all of the kids watched like that weekend kind of thing. So it was like, it was pretty popular around these parts. So it was a good time. The second one, I think the second one was just kind of like very generic, like it's a sequel that didn't need to be made and no one really cares about it, that kind of thing. I have some social anxiety, but I think my worst problem is the social battery. You know what? No. That's it for me. Like, I am an introvert who loves being around people, but I get exhausted of people so fast, which I feel so bad for. Like, it'll legitimately be like, I'm with them for a few hours, and then, like, I have a hard time planning back-to-back day things. Like, if I need to, like, let's say, like, in June, I'm going out of state to visit a friend. That's one of the trips I'm going on. And one of the first times I was there, like, last year, or not last year, but the year before that was the year I was there, I realized very quickly into, like, the 5 days I was there that my social battery gets completely tapped out at 2 days, and I need time alone to recharge before I can actually, like, handle people after that. So, like, for me, it's like, I can only, like, really handle a few hours before I am, like, ready to be alone again. So yeah, I'm the exact same way. I think everyone has a bit of social anxiety. Yeah, probably yeah, even like super extroverts still have like things about social interactions that give them anxiety. It's just like in like different amounts, it's like to different degrees, that kind of thing. I'm a mix of extrovert and introvert, so the social battery gets recharged with another extrovert, but completely dies with introverts, so it's hard for me to start combos. Yeah, and I think that's like, that might not even be like a social battery thing. That just might be like because if you feel like you have to start all the conversations and like put all the effort in, that might just be you emotionally getting drained from like feeling like you have to do like all of the effort, maybe. But at the same time, I don't want to armchair therapize anyone in chat. I'm not qualified for that. So it might be that. That would be what I would guess. But yeah, like, and like there are some days where I'm like, oh, I really want to be with people right now and I feel good about it. But most days it's like, ooh, you want to hang out for more than my like battery allowed 3 to 4 hours? Oh, I don't know about that one, Chief. It sounds like I really need like a break at that time. That too. No, it's that as well. Are you saying why or yeah? Oh, you're saying yeah, it sucks, yeah. Again, having social batteries it's not good. It's not fun. I get that, and I appreciate it, but that wasn't what I was gonna ask. I seem to have piqued Rio's interest. Oh wait, also you were saying the music is what makes me remember Rio so much. Oh really? I don't think I remember the music from Rio at all. But I really like the soundtrack so far in this game. It's all just kind of like a bunch of like chill, vibey music. Like the kind of stuff that you would listen to while you're like writing or drawing or going for like a long, or not like a long car drive, but like just one where you want to go out and just like think, that kind of thing. This game is good. I agree. Game good. I guess I brought it back. I guess it brought back memories of secondary school. Oh. Yeah, and I know we never really talked about it. I pause, hoping that Rio will say something. She seems to be waiting for me to continue. It was just bad timing, maybe. Like I partnered with Ezrin not long after we did that, and I was confused at the time. I know you tried to talk to me once things ended with Ezrin, but I shut you down. I figured. You regretted it? Rio's voice is uncharacteristically somber. When you didn't want to talk about it, I figured you thought we made a mistake. No, I didn't think that No, I didn't think that. I don't regret it. I don't think we did anything wrong. Did you not like it? Did I make you uncomfortable? No, that wasn't it. That wasn't it either. Rio lets out a sigh of relief, which, given the lack of closure in the conversation, surprises me. Well, that's good to hear. I was so afraid that you regretted what we did. No, not at all. But I was scared after. What do you mean? Well, I was scared about our relationship changing, I mean. Ezrin and I were friends for years before we became partners. My friendship with him ended when our partnership ended. I hated that. I was so afraid of something like that happening to our relationship. I mean, doesn't sex tend to change the nature of a relationship? It can, but it doesn't have to. Look at us, after all. We're still great friends. And also, Jen, I'm not Ezrin. It's not fair to pin your fears of what could happen between us on me because it happened with someone else. I'm sorry, Rio. I want to talk to you about it, but by the time I finally worked up the courage to talk to you, you were partnered with Ezrin, which was fine, of course. Given the circumstances, it felt best not to talk about it while you were with them, so I decided not to bring it up. But then you and Ezrin split up, and I waited a little while longer before approaching you, and when I did, I shut you down. Yes, and I was so profoundly sad because I thought you regretted what we did, or that you were uncomfortable with me. I'm so sorry I made you feel that way. I was just afraid. I know. Well, I know now. I didn't know then. I didn't realize Rio was under the impression that I regretted what we did back then, or how sad she was about it all. Still, I apologize. Thank you. Rio and I remained there, silent for a little while longer. It would feel weird continuing to drag out our conversation any longer. But I can feel something between us stirring up. I just don't know what. I find myself regaining my composure over the next few minutes. Are you ready to go? Sure. Oh, thank you. Thank you, says Social. Did you make it or something? Yes. Social is the wonderful creator behind Why Not Both. So, that's really awesome. Excellent job. Oh, then it sucks, JK. Okay, listen. I'm glad you added the JK, because I was like, I'm sure that was a joke when I first just read it, but thank you for putting the JK. Because that'd be so mean to be like, oh, this game's so good, and then like, well, I made it. It's actually bad then. Like that would be so mean. Rio is Rio is so base and kind of annoying still. See, I think the thing with Rio, I don't know. It's just that she has flaws, like a person does, where she's very like emotionally intelligent. Like she understands a lot of these concepts, and she doesn't like. She expresses herself well with them, like being like, hey, like, listen, I understand that you have these fears, but it's not fair to put those fears onto me because of what happened with a previous partner, like that kind of thing. Like, it takes a lot of emotional maturity to, like, understand that, and actually present it in a way that doesn't feel like an attack, because that's also a big issue that a lot of people have, is when they feel like the other person in like any kind of relationship, whether it be like platonic or romantic or anything like that, is doing something wrong, they kind of tend to come off as if they're attacking the other person, whereas Rio's just like, listen, your feelings are valid, you can't put that on me though. And it's like, oh, so valid, so valid. So again, I think I really like Rio. I think Rio or Chloe right now is my favorite. I really like both of them. Like, I like the characters, all of them, but I think right now it's those two at the top of my list. But I also think it's probably because we've gone, like, I think we've gone the most of Rio specifically. And Chloe's just really interesting and so cool, so. Oh, look, the Super Saiyan wannabe. Oh, you're talking about, Mina. Mina sent a text to the group saying that she'd be at the cafe with Aspen. I initially thought I'd give them some time alone, but Ali replied saying she'd be joining them. Aren't Super Saiyan eyes green? They're kind of like a tealish blue color. Like, I'm gonna look up a quick picture really quick, because in my head they're like, again, they're like a teal color, but some art depicts them as blue, which is wrong. But let me just look up to make sure I'm not talking out my butt. Super Saiyan. Let's find some like official work. Ooh, yeah, here. A picture of little Daima Goku. Yeah, they're very like teal eyes. Let me make sure I'm thinking of the right color. Teal. Yeah. That's the color. So yeah, they're like a greenish blue. She just reminds me of Goku. It's been a very long time since I've seen anything Dragon Ball related. I'm a Dragon Ball fan, but I'm such a modern Dragon Ball hater. Like, I really like Superhero, but I thought parts of it were pretty terrible. I like some parts of Super, but I think most of it's pretty bad. I wanted to like Daima. I think it's pretty bad. But I really like Z and Dragon Ball and, like, parts of GT. It's just, you know, I'm an old man. Modern Dragon Ball, I'm like, oh, this kind of stuff kind of sucks. Granted, actually, in the Super manga, because it's past where the anime is, there's 2 manga exclusive arcs right now, and one of them is one of my favorite arcs in the entire series, and the other one I'm just like, it's good. It's better than most of Dragon Ball Super, but it's just good, you know? After my final class for the day, I hopped on the bus to head to the cafe. Gosh darn, I was tabbed out again. Excuse me. Whoa. Did you not appreciate my Dragon Ball takes, or are you just like surprised at like going into like all the things like, oh, I didn't like this, I didn't like that, blah 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 blah. Alan, Aspen, and Mina are already here. You know, to be fair though, the Broly movie was also based. The Broly movie was very cool. Granted, it was like just 90% fighting, and normally that kind of just bores me. Like when I was watching, I've only seen the first John Wick and the last John Wick, and the only reason I saw the last one was because a friend really wanted to watch it with me, and I was like, yeah, I'll watch it with you. So I didn't really understand the context of the story or like the characters or anything like that too well, just because again I missed 2 whole movies between, and I only saw the first one once when it like came out. So for me, it was essentially just like 2.5 hours of action, and by like the halfway point, my mind just completely glazed over, and I did not process anything of it. I was like, yeah, the action's good, but I need like some story, some meat in here. Like, give me a break from this fighting, please. So, but that's how I get with a lot of things. If it's just all action, unless it's like, even like, because again, the action in John Wick is great. There's just too much of it. Like, the reason I brought this up is because like Dragon Ball Super Broly is just all action after the first like 15-20 minutes, for the next like hour. But it's really good action the entire time, and it only lasts an hour, whereas John Wick is like 2.5 hours long of just action after like the first 5 minutes. So that's a lot harder for me. So kind of hard for me to watch completely based. Let's go, Flower. You finally agree on something. Yeah. Again, even the best of action just kind of like numbs the mind after a little while. Allie, Aspen, and Mina are already here when I arrive. I have no intention of ordering anything today, so I go straight to the table. Hey, everyone. Wait. Hey, San! What is... Have we had Mina call people that before? I don't remember. Hey, Rio. Yo. Rio, try this. Aspen slides her drink towards me. It looks almost full. Okay, sure. I take a sip. Hi-san is Norwegian for hi. Oh, really? Okay, granted it was on Duolingo, but I took, like, Norwegian lessons for, about a year. Because a book it was a work in progress, a novel that I kind of dropped because I wanted to rework it, and I just kind of haven't gone back to that specifically because I'm too ADHD when it comes to like working on stuff. I'll get excited about a new project and be like, oh, I'm gonna work on this, and then I'll get a bit into that, and then I'll stop watching, and then I'll stop doing it because I'll get excited about something else. But I was doing it for that purpose, and I do not remember it being Hi-san, so that's funny to me. Rio, stop progressively getting worse clothing. What do you mean? What do you mean? This outfit's adorable. I love this outfit. I take a sip. It's really good. Whoa, that is delicious. Right? They just received a new type of cashew milk. Well then, if you'll excuse me. The others chuckle at me as I hop out of my seat to place an order. Once the barista sees me, he begins to punch my usual order into the system, a cappuccino with oat milk. Before he gets too far, I stop him, telling him I'd like the new cashew milk instead. He looks surprised when he makes the correction, and I head back to my seat. Once I arrive back at the table, Mina asks me a question without a hint of excitement. Wait, did she say without a hint of excitement, or with a hint of excitement? Hang on. B. There we go. I remembered the controls. Mina asked me with a hint of excitement. Okay. So, Rio, how's matchmaking going? Have you used any of the strategies I suggested yet? Oh no, this is the worst time for this conversation to be happening. The only person that it's bad to have it around is Aspen, and of course it's happening right in front of Aspen. Of course. Yeah, very inconsiderate of him. I'd say it's not, like, inconsiderate. Like, I have, like, the only, like, sodas I drink are, like, Dr. Pepper, so, like, the gas station right near me, even though I only go in, like, once every, like, 2 or 3 weeks, like, the people there are like, hey, yo, Dr. Pepper coming right up. Is this what Twitch ads are? Oh, ad time. Whoa, they suck. After she asked the question, I noticed Aspen seemed confused. Oh? Well, not quite. I haven't had the chance to do anything yet. Matchmaking, huh? Oh, Aspen's caught on instantly. Aspen caught on frame 1. That was so fast. Oh yeah, Rio says she's acting as a matchmaker. She can't tell us who though, because she's protecting their identity. Is that so? I feel Aspen glaring at me. Her gaze is unwavering, sending signals of indignance and judgment. I can feel myself becoming clammy from the pressure. Aspen seems to know, or at least suspect, that correctly, that this matchmaking business involves her and Mina. Yeah, I haven't done anything. Well, that's a lie, actually. I did avoid going somewhere so they could be alone together. Aw, that's sweet of you. Yeah, so sweet. Allie seems like she's trying to hide a smile. She knows exactly what's going on. Perhaps, yet again, the only person in relative darkness is Mina. Well, I have considered backing out of being a matchmaker. It seems like it can be risky. Aw, you can't. The people who are trying to help might need a little push, you know? Well, I guess you're right, Mina. Maybe I should keep trying. I know I'm poking the bear at this point. I risk a peek at Aspen's face, and she still looks suspicious. Oh, wait. Flowey, because you're in both the chats, I was like, oh, wait, how are you responding? I wasn't sure if you were responding to things in the ads, so I was going to talk about them when, like, the ads ended and everything, but you are in both streams, huh? So you actually are, like, talking about what's going on. Nice, nice. I risk a peek at Aspen's face, and she still looks suspicious. It feels a little weird to be worried about Aspen's exasperation, but still, enjoy being playful with her. Allie takes a sip of her drink and speaks up. Well, Mina, what else do you suggest? What else would you suggest? Not ads were very short. Oh, let's go. Based? Wait, so what was kind of sus? What sus things did you, what was going on? Aspen's eyes snap towards Allie with a mournful expression, as if she has been betrayed. Whoa, look at that, a typo, we found one, let's go! I love finding typos in books. It makes me so happy. Oh, thanks, of course, happy to help. Hey, listen, that's why I call him out. It's not for my own amusement, so then, you know, you can see him, obviously. But no, like, especially if it's like a huge, massive book, like a really popular one, like your Brandon Sanderson novels, like stuff like that. Like, whenever I find typos, I take a picture of it and like send it out to like all the people I know who read Brandon Sanderson's books. Be like, look what I found! Oh my gosh! Perhaps Aspen expects this sort of lighthearted mischievousness from me, but not from Allie. How sure are you that both of your friends are interested in each other? I'm not really sure, but I think it's likely. Yeah, I abandoned YouTube chat. I don't use it. I mean, you say that, but I just scroll back up to the beginning of stream and that's like all you, dog. Okay, it's you for like the first like quarter. Then it becomes not you. But that, you know, that's fine. That's fine. I think you just like having two homes to go to, you know? I'm not really sure, but I think it's likely. Okay. That gives you more room to take risks. Do you know how long your friend has liked this person? I think about a little over a year. It'd be funny if she was like looking past Mina at Aspen, and Aspen was like nodding or shaking her head, being like yes or no when she's answering these questions. Oh wow, that's a long time to hide their feelings. Why haven't they said anything to them yet? Look at Aspen's face. Well... maybe she's afraid that her friend knowing she loves her will change the nature of the relationship. Maybe it will scare her off. Or maybe her knowing her true feelings will color all of their future interactions. Everything thereafter will be interpreted in that context. And Aspen, you're just throwing yourself under the bus right now. This is a crazy move to make. And maybe that might make her feel less comfortable and more awkward around her, and that's probably the last thing Rio's friend wants. She'd rather not risk it. Or maybe you're just being cynical, Aspen. I think Aspen's just anxious. And kind of like, because there is stuff like with Mina's past, like losing her last partner. So yeah, it's probably like a mix of like, because it like Aspen talked about like not wanting to like try and rush into anything like that and trying to give like Mina more time. But yeah, it's a little bit of a cynical take. The table falls silent. I'm so much shocked that Aspen chose to speak up. I guess all that makes sense. Wait a minute. You're using she/her pronouns to refer to both of the people. Do you know them, Aspen? Huh? Oh no, I don't. Sorry, I'm just guessing. As Rio constantly looking worse. Do you just? But is it just that you really like Rio's like main outfit, like the paint-covered overalls, that kind of look? Do you just really like that look? Yes? Okay. Mina throws Aspen a brief suspicious look, and Aspen goes red in the face. How about you, Mina? Do you think Aspen is correct? Oh, I mean, it's possible. It's hard to say because I don't know who these people are. How would you feel if that happened to you? Guys, you are beating her over the head with this. Granted, in my personal experience and like talking to a lot of people about how they perceive things like this is if it's directed at themselves, like if people are trying to hint things at them, or if people are making it very obvious that it's about them, the person, like the target, doesn't understand it. But like, let's say if Mina was unaware of this and we were talking about, like, say, Allie or something, there's a good chance Mina would clock it instantly that we're talking about Allie, that kind of thing. Let people insult themselves? For real, for real? What do you mean by that? What does that mean? And now that the hat is in the way of the only redeeming quality of her previous change? What do you mean by that? The hat's adorable. The hat's so cute. Wait, hang on. I think... Let's say, for example, I told you that I'm in love with you and want to be your partner. Would that change the way you experience our friendship? Would you feel different when we hugged? Would you interpret my words and affection differently after that? Mina begins to think about my hypothetical scenario. She takes her time, and it looks like she seems to be struggling with the thought experiment. I don't know. I'd like to say I don't think your confession would affect me, but it would be difficult to ignore knowing you love me like that. Oh, I love that answer so much, Mina. Thank you. Thank you. I think we talked about this during Twofold, but like, when people are like, no, I know for sure how I'd emotionally react to things without ever having experienced them, it's like, no, you don't. You don't know. Her hair was good and the hat ruins it. I guess that's fair. If you really liked her, if you really like seeing her hair, then you don't want the hat on her. I hate hypothetical scenarios. I don't necessarily hate them. Like, oh, if it's like, if it's scenarios like if you're in a zombie apocalypse, where it's like okay to like talk about, but if you're the type of person who's like 100% sure, like you feel 100% sure, you're like, oh, I know I'd react like this way, like I would do this or this or this in this situation. Like, you don't know that for sure, but that's why we're talking hypothetically. Like, hypothetically, what do you think you would do, you know? Because like if Mina was like, oh, then this is like how I would feel, then that could give Aspen like, oh, then it's time to go for it. And then Mina might not respond that way, the way that she thought she would, which then is just like kind of unfair to Aspen, I guess, of almost being given reassurance that what she's going to do isn't going to change anything between them, but then it changes things between them. But again, it's like, you don't know until it happens, essentially. Did any of what I just said make sense? I hope it did. Like, are you telling me that you're happy for me because you care about me, or because you want me to notice your kindness? Nope, none of what I said makes sense. Excellent. Yes, it did make sense. Thank you, Social. Sorry, Flowey. It's just because of our antagonistic relationship that we have. I don't believe you. So thank you, Social. Thank you. Or because you want me to notice your kindness. When you hug me, do you want to show me friendly affection, or do you want to touch my body? Oh, I really don't understand. Okay, I'll try to say it in a different way. That may be my headache. That's fair. I'm sorry you're having a headache, though. That really sucks. I hope that gets feeling better. But basically, it's like the idea of, like, hypotheticals are fine for, like, thinking about how you might do it, like how you believe you want to or believe you would, but Mina didn't, like, say 100, like, but they're flawed in that you don't 100% know for sure. So if Mina had said, oh, I know I'd respond, like, being perfectly fine with it, that could then give Aspen hope of confessing, which then could cause Mina to have a reaction that she didn't predict that she'd have, which is placing them both kind of in a bad position, essentially. So that's basically what I was trying to get across in less words. I feel like I want to be able to escape those thoughts entirely, but I do think I'd probably carry on as normal. I feel like I could carry on because I trust you. I trust that you care about... That this is ABOPUT. Abaput, me as a person, and that you'd respect my feelings. If I trust the person, then I'm not going to be worried about whether or not they do what they do for selfish reasons. So even though I would still have those concerns, I'm not going to worry about them or give them power over my behavior. Fixed? Let's go. You're so fast with it. You're so quick on the draw. Let's go, Social. So even though it would still have those concerns, I'm not going to worry about them or give them power over my behavior. Mina's response seems quite sensible. I am also happy to hear that she trusts me. That's really mature for recognizing how you feel and how much power those feelings should have over you. What's fixed? I do not understand. There was a typo, and Social fixed it. That's really mature for recognizing how you feel and how much power those feelings should have over you. Aw, thanks, Allie. Again, that's why I was like saying like so quick on the draw, doing it so fast. Hypotheticals are also useful in discovering how people think about particular moral and ethical positions. Yeah, again, like, the only real issue I have with hypotheticals is, like, looking at them and trying to take them as 100% guarantees of, like, that's how you would react in this situation. Like, I'll use, like, the trolley cart thing as an example. Like, a lot of people are like, oh, no, for sure, I would absolutely, like, let you have one person on one track, two people on the other, like, be like, oh, I would absolutely pull it on, and then have it send towards, like, the one person instead of the two. Like, it's good as, like you're saying, as, like, a moral and ethical positions of, like, that is how the person thinks, of, like, you go for what causes the least harm. But then once you're in that actual situation, things could change. You could react differently, even if that's what you personally believe you would do, and, like, what your morals dictate you should, you might not react exactly how you think that you would. So again, I think putting it as, like, the moral, why do I keep trying to say moral and ethical positions is, like, a really good way to go about it. Or a really good way to, like, use hypotheticals. Mina looks at me with a concerned expression. I hope you didn't feel uncomfortable with my hypothetical example, Mina. Oh, it's okay. I know you were just trying to paint a more realistic picture, so it'd be easier for me to put myself in that person's shoes. Exactly. Aspen's expression has softened, but I'm not sure if she feels better or worse after Mina's explanation. I nonetheless think Mina trusts Aspen, and even if Mina doesn't return her feelings, she would still be more than happy to continue being her friend. The question is, after an unrequited confession, would Aspen be okay with being Mina's friend? So, Rio, how are you doing? Oh, I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. Still struggling a little in stats class, but that's to be expected. I'm doing well in the rest of my courses, though. Oh! I forgot to mention something. Yesterday in my political science class, someone asked me for Allie's contact information. He said he saw us hanging out and was curious if she was ardently available. Whoa, really? You've got an admirer, Allie. Allie seems not even the least bit interested. Let's go test that on them IRL. We probably shouldn't do that. Ugh, you didn't give it away, right? Right? Wait. Give away what? What do you mean? What do you mean by that? Allie seems not even the least bit interested. Oh, the contact information. Oh, no. I don't know. I think if anyone asked me for... like, asked me for somebody else's contact information, I'd also just be like, hey, dog, go talk to them yourself, you know, like, go ask them, you know? Like, granted, it is a college, like, campus, like, you see a person once, you want to get their contact information, then you never see them again. I guess that's a little bit harder. But again, I still feel like I'd be uncomfortable. Like, I'd have to ask, if I was Rio, I'd have to ask Allie, like, are you okay if I do this kind of thing? And then I would just get back to the person on whether Allie said yes or no. What did you tell him? Oh, I told him I can't give him her information without asking for consent. Yeah, exactly what I just said. Yeah, I wouldn't give a random stranger my friend's contact info without asking. Yeah, exactly. I'm glad that all three of us are just in the same headspace. That's awesome. My guess is you're not interested, correct, Allie? Correct, and thank you. Succinct as I expected. Whoa, wait a minute. You don't even know this person. How do you know whether or not you are interested? Well, Allie has said she's not interested in any of that stuff since secondary school. Oh. We all look towards Allie and sit in silence for a moment, waiting for her to say something. Eventually, she inhales and opens her eyes. I've thought about this for a while now, ever since the start of secondary school. Back then, a lot of other kids around me were talking about their crushes. I expected I'd eventually experience that as well. I went through secondary school expecting to eventually develop these overwhelming feelings for people. Something differently than what I already felt for my friends. The tone in her voice is different. This isn't our usual Allie. She seems a little nervous. I expected to have the wild emotions described in stories and songs we all hear about ardency, and it's just never happened, and it still hasn't. The lessons our culture teaches us about love, romance, and sex make them seem inevitable. I have heard it will happen to you one day, too many times. I've never felt like I've wanted any of that. I eventually just came to the conclusion that I was just broken. I was convinced something was wrong with me. This is I went through, like, a moment in my life where I was also kind of like this, like, for a good couple years of being like, I don't really experience, like, romantic feelings for people. I haven't in, like, a good, like, 5-6 years now. And a lot of people are like, oh, you'll get over it. And part of me was wondering if I was, like, aromantic at the time. Just, if that's just how I was. And eventually, like, I did experience those feelings again. But so it's like, I understand why it's so annoying to be told, like, oh, don't worry, you'll just be better one day. And it's like, there's nothing wrong with not romantically having interest in people. So it's totally fine. And so I'm like, it sucks that, like, Allie has to go through that. No, I hate how I agree with Rio. At least you don't hate agreeing with me, right? We're good in that way. That's just my life. Are you sure? What do you mean, are you sure? What about specifically? About what I was saying about not having romantic feelings for people with Allie? Oh, yeah, I'm sure. I'm 100% sure. I don't know. Listen, Flowey. Stop. Oh, you forgot. I was about to be like, stop beating around the bush and just ask what you want to ask already. But, you know, you forgot. That's fair. Amatormativity is a cultural belief that people should pursue ardent partnership, that these should be prioritized over other relationships, and that life is less fulfilling without them. Yeah. And I do disagree with the, I haven't heard this word before, but I do disagree with amatornormativity. I cannot pronounce it. It's fine. It's fine. I added in extra words though. Like, I said an L. There's no L in this word. It took me a while to understand that we lived in an amatormative culture, and even feelings like love and desire are not universally experienced by everyone. It also helps that I've come to realize I'm not the only person who feels this way. Although I have mixed feelings about categories like this, I can't say I'm aromantic, asexual, and enamorous. So yes, I can safely say I'm not interested in this guy who talked to Rio. Allie smiles. She looks relieved as though she's been liberated somehow. Can we take a moment to digest Allie's story in silence? Allie, I'm sorry. I had no idea. I shouldn't have pushed back against your disinterest. It's okay. You didn't know. Thank you, Allie, for being vulnerable and sharing that with us. I nod in agreement. Of course. Thank you for listening. I'm not gonna lie. I thought for some reason I was like, is the next line gonna be like, thank you for listening to my TED Talk? How about you, Rio? It's been a while since we've talked about this sort of thing. Do you feel the same way you once did, or have your thoughts evolved? Wait, can say? Ooh, what can you say, social? I probably forgot what we were talking about. Remind me, what can you say? Back in secondary school, Allie and I talked about this sort of thing before. You said can't, but the text said can. Oh, okay. Thank you for correcting that then. Back in secondary school, Allie and I talked about this sort of thing before. Yeah, my feelings about the subject have changed. I'm not asexual, but I am at least somewhat aromantic. The best way I can describe it is that I experience platonic and romantic love the same way. I experience love as just love. I can't often relate to people when they describe the differences between the kinds of love they experience. I am aware of how our culture differentiates between friendship and romance, and I use those categories when I talk to people about how I experience love. If I had a partner, I love them the same way I love my friends. There would probably be differences in the intensity of that love and attraction towards each of them, and towards each of them would be different, but love and attraction are two different things. I hope that makes sense. Yeah, it does to me. Also, hang on. Oh no. I had a sneeze coming on, and I went to go... So the last mic had like a little like touch thing on the top of it where you just like gave it a quick little tap and it would completely mute the mic, and it was perfect for coughing or sneezing or anything like that. And this is just one of those sneezes that's not coming, but I tapped on the top of the mic, and I'm so thankful I didn't pick it up, because I was sitting there tapping like, please mute, please mute, please mute. And I was like, oh, you don't have that function. Oh no. But thankfully the sneeze didn't come out. Yeah, it does to me. If I'm not mistaken, didn't this come up in conversation before? I remember you mentioning something about this. About how you said your partnership in secondary school never turned out well. Basically, yeah. My partners were never seemed fond of the fact that I'm not a romantic person. Again, the non-romantic person was the best at flirting and getting everyone flustered. But back then I didn't fully grasp what I was feeling and how to articulate it. I feel like I have a better understanding of it all now. You're also not the type of person to experience strong attachments. That would make your way of experiencing what we call romantic love different compared to most people. Very true, which is also a characteristic that most partners of mine tend to not appreciate. Woe is me. The others laugh at my pouting. Despite the difficulties, I'm happy with who I am and how I experience love. And I never did have a problem with being partnerless. I've never had a problem with being partnerless. I'm content either way. However, I can't help but wonder, given my recent conversations with Jen and Chloe, if that might change. I'll be okay regardless. Whatever happens, happens. Gosh, she's got such a great mindset about things. Like, it's not worth like thinking about if it's just gonna cause me stress. If something happens, it'll happen. I'm not gonna worry too much about it right now. Ray and I decided to head to practice a little early. We've known each other since we started here at Silver Sire, but we don't really hang out much outside of the football-related events. Our hangouts after the last game was totally out of the ordinary. She just tends to spend more time with her other friends. Even so, we've planned to hang out again at some point. It's been nice getting to know her more since the start of the semester. As we walk across Academy grounds, we see Mina sitting on a bench in the shade, humming to herself. Mina doesn't seem to notice us as we approach her. Hey, Amina! Jen! Mina, appearing elated as usual, springs up from the bench to hug me. She waves at Ray. Hey, Ray! Aw, no hug for me. Oh, sure! Mina flings herself towards Ray for a hug without giving it a second thought, while I take a seat on the bench. Despite Ray's request, she still looks surprised that Mina hugs her with no restraint. I suppose Ray may have been joking. What are you up to? We're walking to the field. We got football practice in about half an hour. That's right, we've got another game coming up soon. Oh, nice. I'll see if I can make it. When is it? It's on the 79th, but we'll be out of town. We are going to Northeim. I believe that's how you pronounce that. Ah, well, whenever you have your next home game, let me know. I'll be there if I can. We appreciate the support. Of course. You said you have practice today. It's so hot, though. I don't understand how you can practice in this heat. We make sure to stay hydrated and wear sunscreen. Yeah, don't worry. Coach Wagner's whole job is to make sure we remain protected from all the dangers of the elements. Well, that's good to hear. It feels nice to sit in the shade. It has been pretty hot lately. The sound of the trees and birds feel even more special against the backdrop of my busy life here at Silver Sire. So, how have you been, Mina? I'm okay. I'll be working on my assignments for the next 2 days, though. I hate it when all my classes dump work on me all at once, you know? It's like the professors are conspiring to make my life a living hell for a couple of days. I laugh at Mina's comment. I deeply relate to her plight. I feel like every college student does. It doesn't happen often, but when it does, it's the worst. Tell me about it. There's a brief lull among us as we enjoy a gust of cool air. I appreciate these light breezes as they come along to cool us down. It's quite calm. Jen? Yes? I'm not asking you to tell me who you and Rio are matchmaking for. I know that's private information that's been entrusted to both of you. Uh-oh. But I think I have an idea of who it is. Watch her be completely wrong. Watch her be dead wrong. She's gonna be like, oh my gosh. Is it Rio? Despite the conversation we just had, like, is it Rio? Well, actually, no, that'd be weird. Rio and Jen be playing matchmaker for Rio. Never mind. Completely scrap the joke concept I came up with. That doesn't work at all. My mind begins racing. I start to think about all of our recent conversations and what we might have said to give her an idea of who it is. Oh my gosh, is she gonna be like, it's Chloe? Is she gonna guess Chloe? XD? Yes. As soon as I said Rio, I was like, oh my gosh, I was like, how? No, that doesn't make any sense. Oh my gosh. It's so gonna be Chloe though. Because that's truly the only, after that conversation we had, that I want her to be wrong, and that's the only person she could be wrong about. I think about Aspen and how upset she'd be if Mina found out. However, no matter what she says, there's only one correct answer from me. I think the person is... Chloe. Let's go! Let's go! That wasn't even having a script moment. That's just, you know, putting the pieces together. It's just using the context clues the story gave me. Let's go. Isn't it? Well, I wasn't expecting her to say that. I feel a wave of relief flow through me. I think Rio is hanging around her more lately. I know you say you don't like her much, but you've also said nice things about her recently. Oh, did she? God damn it. Okay, stop. No, Ray, I'm not into Chloe like that. I know you think otherwise because of one night, but that is not what's happening. And Mina, I think you'll understand when I say I cannot confirm nor deny your guess. Ray gives me a conniving look, as if she's uncovered something she wasn't supposed to know. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. Like I said before, I have a hard time feeling left out, but I'm okay. Just asking that makes me feel a bit better. What's with this matchmaker thing all about, anyway? Well, Rio and Jen are playing matchmaker for a friend of theirs, but they have to keep the identity of that person a secret. Why do they want it to be a secret? Because they just don't want anyone knowing that they're in love with someone. That's their decision, and we are respecting that. Okay, don't bite my head off. I'm just wondering. Ray smiles at me again. I bet she feels like she's onto something. Sorry for asking, Jen. It's fine. It's fine, Mina. I know this is a struggle for you, and I'm sorry it has to be this way. It has to be this way. Just insert the scene from Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance. It's okay. This is actually a good opportunity for me to sit with these feelings and to grow and learn from them, you know? That's great, Mina. I'm proud of you. Thanks, Jen. Mina leans over to hug me. I know this is difficult for her, but I know she'll manage it. I notice that Ray appears a little somber as she looks off in the distance across the courtyard. Oh, what you thinking about, Ray? You okay, Ray? Oh, yeah, well... Mina looks at me with concern in her eyes. Ray seems hesitant to speak, so we wait patiently. I have a lot of friends, but I'm not very close to any of them. We go to parties and have fun, but nothing deeper. When I see you two interact and hug one another, when I hear you talk about deeper things, I guess it makes me envious. I didn't realize Ray felt that way. With her busy social life, I just assumed she had close friends as well. I know that's kind of pitiful. Before I can say anything, Mina stands up, steps in front of Ray, and faces her. That is not pitiful. Don't say that about yourself. It's natural to want friends and feel like you are wanted. It's natural to want people to care about you. Ray seems shocked by Mina's intense reaction to her self-deprecation. She drops her head, avoiding eye contact with Mina. Ray? Ray lifts her head to look at Mina. Let's be friends. Just went with the classic elementary school thing of, like, listen, we're friends now, okay? I said it, we're friends. You don't have to do that for me. You don't have to be friends with me out of pity. With all due respect, Ray, this is just as much about me as it is about you. I have returned. You're so right. Wait, which part of it's right? The you don't have to pity me part, or that, what Mina said about everyone wants to feel loved and connected and wanted? Because I feel both. Both. Pity. Yeah, again, I feel like both are right. That's there's nothing wrong with wanting to feel wanted. But also, like, hey, don't be friends with me out of pity. I don't want that. I know we only have really met in passing, but I've also thought it would be fun to be your friend. Also, welcome back, welcome back. You have great energy, you're gorgeous, and Jen enjoys your company. Ray closes her eyes for a moment as Mina and I wait patiently for Ray's reply. Okay, I'd like that. Fantastic. Mina suddenly returns to her normal self with a big smile on her face. She sits back down on the bench between us. Ray looks pleased. It'd be nice for Ray to join our friend group. Well, we should actually start heading to the field. Yes, there is Mina. I mean Goku. I mean Mina. Chill out. Were you talking to yourself with that one? Because agreed. Yeah, let's get going. We say our goodbyes, and Mina wishes us well as we head to the field. Ray appears delighted as ever as we approach the field. Mina is nice. She really is. She's such a caring person. Is she available? The look on Jen's face right now. Oh shit. Well, about that. Oh, Ray, you right. I had to like reread your message like 3 times. Ray, you remind me of those god-awful sequels. Have a different name, please. Ooh, Flowey. Which one of the Star Wars prequel or sequel, sorry, was your least favorite? Rank them for me really quick. I think for me, it goes Force Awakens, Last Jedi. Well, it goes Force Awakens at the top, Last Jedi second, Rise of Skywalker last. Because some of the ideas that The Last Skywalker had, I mean, not The Last Skywalker, The Last Jedi had, I'm like, those are kind of neat ideas, even if they're not being executed very well. But it also wasn't a very good movie. But then The Rise of Skywalker was truly just, I feel so bad. The same friend that I try to get to spoil everything, is like the biggest Star Wars fan on the planet. It's like, it was her favorite series from the time she has memories. I wave around a ruler whenever I'm like talking and articulating points while not actually playing the games or anything like that, and I just threw it. I have it back now. But we saw The Last Jedi together, and she had the same opinions of I do, of like, there are some okay ideas in there, some good ideas, bad execution on everything though. And that The Rise of Skywalker is one of the worst movies that's ever come out, and it truly has nothing redeemable about it. Like you said, 0 redeeming qualities. So that for me is like, The Rise of Skywalker is like one of my least favorite and worst movies I've ever seen of all time. It is insane. Here's a reminder, the iconic Darth Vader line is actually a spoiler. Probably I'd rank them in order of release date. Yeah, I get that. I do the same thing, because, like, yeah, The Force Awakens was just a last hope, or a new hope again, which is, like, I mean, that's kind of makes it better than the other two, because A New Hope is, like, not a bad movie, you know? Just sucks that it just completely had to rip off an old movie to do a good one. But then, yeah, it's just a descending quality from there drastically. Here's a reminder, the iconic Darth Vader line. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I think once we get to a certain point, like, once we're doing something, like, if we're talking about stuff that's, like, 20 to 30 years old, or past that, it's like, we can start spoiling those things, I feel. Obviously, unless someone goes, hey, I've never seen Star Wars, I don't know anything about it, and I'm gonna go into it. If we're, like, having that conversation, and you spoil the Darth Vader stuff, I'm like, that was a dick move right there. You really shouldn't have done that. Like, let's say, like, I haven't played Ocarina of Time before, but so if I hear spoilers of it, I can't get mad at anyone because it's like, it's been 30 years. That's kind of my fault at this point. But let's say I'm like streaming or recording it and someone tries to spoil it for me knowing I don't know anything about it, then that's awful of them, you know? But yeah, anyways. I'm going to tell you this because you specifically brought it up, but I'll only share the information I feel like I can ethically tell you. Okay. The matchmaker thing, yeah, that includes Mina. This person has been in love with Mina for a while. This person is also monogamous, and so I feel very conflicted. Oh, a lot of the YouTube chat stuff just spasmed out right there. That scared me. Whatever, fine now. And so I feel very conflicted telling you that Mina is available, even though she technically is. Hey, no worries here. Message received. Mina is beautiful and very sweet, and so I figured I'd ask. No broken hearts over here. I chuckle at Ray's straightforward reply. Good. So is your friend who loves Mina also in your little friend group? Is it Rio? Or maybe it's Aspen? I cannot confirm nor deny. Ray laughs again at my exaggerated reaction as we reach the football field and as we reach the football and get ready for practice. If I ever show someone Star Wars who is 100% blind, I'm going prequels, not including the Return of the Sith, and then going original trilogy. That's it. Oh, and then Return of the Sith, and nothing else. See, I also think that the prequels are pretty terrible, too. Like, for me, okay, the prequels are truly, it's like an incredible story that needed like 2 or 3 more drafts to go through it, and then they'd be incredible. Because like the actual story and the arcs that are set up and supposed to be like explored and like even like the whole situation itself, like to be explored, is so cool when people like describe it, but then you actually watch the movies and you go, this is pretty bad. It's 2.5 hours of basically nothing happening. This kind of sucks. So I recently saw Return of the Sith for the very, very first time, in theater, because it came out in theaters near where I was again. And so again, me and the Star Wars loving friend went and saw it, and the entire time I was saying like, oh, this is such a cool idea, but this movie's so bad. But this is such a cool idea, but the movie's so bad. And like there are still like some good executions in there, like at the end of the movie when it's like the fight I liked more at the end wasn't even the Anakin versus Obi-Wan. It was actually the Emperor versus Yoda, because like there's just some cool symbolism there, which is really the only part of the fight that I really liked, of the senator literally using like the Senate seats as weapons, like literally being like the thing that gave him all this power is the thing that he's using to try and crush Yoda, like the symbol of like the Jedi essentially. Like that's some really cool symbolism right there. That's about all I liked. Had to step away for a sec. I hope I didn't miss any pesky bots, lol. Oh no, thankfully, the pesky bots have stayed away for today, so you're all good. And with a sec, I mean almost 2 hours, Lamount. You're good, you're good. I hope whatever you're doing, you're having a good time doing it, though. Yeah, but it'll make the Darth Vader line even more impactful. I guess, I suppose, I guess. I still feel like if I was gonna show Star Wars and I had never seen anything of it, I would just be like, here's the original trilogy. No, there aren't like 10 other movies. Look away, they aren't real. Oh, she finally has a good design again. Just realized. Yeah, your favorite design of hers is back. Let's go. It's homework, so kind of. Ooh, stinky? Nah, I mean, I guess if you say kind of, I mean, it's like, at least it wasn't a bad time. I'm glad it wasn't a bad time, and you had to get important stuff done, so that's good, that's good. The sequels don't exist. Yeah, no, that's the thing, like, I'll say I have a better time watching the sequels, but they're worse movies than the prequels, because there are truly, again, outside of a few things in The Last Jedi, all the ideas, all the arcs that get set up, none of them even have payoffs. They don't even pay off. At least, like, anything set up in the prequels, regardless of how bad I think the prequels are, because I think that they're, like, 2 to 3 out of 10 movies at best, but at least there's a climax to all the arcs. The arcs actually follow through. The sequel trilogy is, and I'm not even that big of a Star Wars fan. I hardly care, but I get passionate when I'm talking about this specific idea in general. But the sequel trilogy is, here are these ideas. Let's throw away those ideas. Here are the new ones. Let's throw away those ideas. Here are new ones. Let's throw away these ideas. Here are new ones. And because it's J.J. Abrams writing them, and he's a terrible writer, all he does is go, here, let's set up these mysteries, and then never solve any of them, yes. And it's like, okay, you pop off. So yeah, again, I enjoy watching them more, because I think that the prequels are pretty just dolefully boring. But if you ask me what one has better stories and characters and everything like that, I'd be like, oh, it's the prequels. 1000% it's the prequels. It's not even close. Hot take, I guess, but the only Star Wars movie I like is Rogue One. I didn't enjoy the originals either. See, I think that's fine, because even with me being like, the only ones you need to see are like, is the original trilogy, because those are the only 3 that I really liked. I'm like, they're not my favorite movies ever. I'm kind of like in the boat of like, I'm not a Star Wars guy. I'm like, to me, Star Wars is kind of just mid, which isn't like, there's nothing wrong with people like who love it. It's their favorite thing ever. Again, one of my best friends, it was her favorite story for like almost 20 years. So it's like, it's fine if you like it. It's just, it's never clicked for me. And I like some things about Rogue One, but it was another movie that I was just kind of like bored. It was specifically like the characters. Like a lot of the characters were just kind of like one-note people who come in, they have like their one shtick, and then they die. Like, what, I guess, sorry, spoilers. I should have put a spoiler tag on that because Rogue One is a lot more recent. But spoilers for Rogue One. The only time I really like felt like the emotions, any kind of like real emotions in Rogue One, I guess like what when you're telling that it's like really the only one that you like, is that it is very different vibes from the original movies. Which maybe you like Andor, because I've only seen one episode of Andor, and it was a random one that my brother and dad were watching at the time, and I think it had a similar kind of vibe to Rogue One. But like, yeah, I think that was just the main thing. It has a very similar, where it's like developing parts of the world that you don't expect like the main core series to handle. So I think like the one episode I saw, again, it was out of context, and I only had like the context. It was like episode 5 of season 1 or something. I was like, wait, this episode's like really, really good, and I have no context for any of it, but I was still getting into it. So I think Social, there's a good chance you might enjoy that. The prequels are mid, the sequels don't exist. The only thing I remember about Rogue One is that my uncle made me steal the 3D glasses. What do you, like, you saw the movie in 3D and your grandpa was like, or your uncle was like, all right, kid, we gotta smuggle these out. Put them in your pocket, let's get out of here. That kind of thing. That's funny. That's awesome. But like, one of the few times I got emotional watching Rogue One, it was specifically the robot's name. I'm blanking on what his name is. I don't remember. To be fair, the only characters I do remember in that name was the main character, Jin. So she's the only one I remember. But it's when the robot is like holding everyone, like a bunch of bad guys back, and he's constantly getting hit, constantly like he's starting to fall apart and all that stuff. And he's like, everyone keeps asking like, how are we doing? How are we good? Like, can you keep this up? Are you doing okay? Because they don't see this. They don't see the condition he's in, because they're working on something to get them all out of there. And even though he's being like torn apart, and BB-8, that's the one from the sequels, the little ball guy who rolls around. I'm talking about like the robot from Rogue One. I should have specified that. Apologies. He's just like a big dude robot. He's sassy. He's got some spunk to him. And so the whole time he's falling apart and like trying to just buy these people some time, he's just sitting there constantly like, no, I'm fine. Don't worry about it. I've got everything under control. We can keep going. Oh no, episode 7 was The Force Awakens. Rogue One, so I think the way the releases went was episode 7, Force Awakens, Rogue One, Last Jedi, Solo, and then The Rise of Skywalker. So I believe that's how that all went down. But so as he's like falling apart, he's just trying to like make sure his friends don't stop doing what they're doing, because he's just kind of already resigned himself of like, I'm dying here today probably, but I want to make sure that my friends get out of this situation. So that like got me in the feels. And then obviously like the ending scene with Darth Vader, I'm like, oh, this is how scary the Sith are to people who don't have the Force or lightsabers or any kind of like training like that. Like, to regular people, Darth Vader's just like a horror villain, you know? So that's a good scene. I like that. Majority of modern Disney side characters in a nutshell. Yeah. We don't need to talk about that. Not Marvel going downhill. Not a lot of their movies recently not being the greatest or anything like that. We don't need to talk about that one. My bad, I haven't watched Rogue One. No, it's good, especially again because like there was like 6 movies across like 6 years or something, so there's a lot of movies coming out, so you don't need to keep track of all of them. So, but yeah, anyways, with that Star Wars tangent over, let's get back to the game. As I enter the classroom, I notice it is surprisingly empty. There are usually around 30 students in our statistics class. However, including myself, there are only 3 students here. Did the professor cancel class? I checked the blue board to see if the professor posted on an announcement, but there's nothing. This is odd. Jen comes into the classroom at exactly 10:30. Hey, Jen. Hey, Ario. I stand up to hug Jen. As we hug, her hands slowly move across my back, and she tightens her grip on me. Oh? Oh? Despite her atypical behavior, I rest myself into her body and enjoy her warmth. Are you okay, Jen? We separate and she casts her eyes away from me. Yeah, I'm okay. I don't believe her, but she isn't ready to tell me anything. I'll respect that. Base friend. No one wants to be there. Hi, Jen. Hello, Jen. Damn, another error. I'll get on it. Are you talking about the 1030 where there wasn't like the colon between it? Is that what you mean? Listen. This is why I'm a great beta tester. I'll find all the spelling errors. It's my profession at this point. Again, it is a hobby that I make when reading books or other visual novels, so... No, she's facing the wrong direction for some reason, lol. Oh, you mean that. Fair enough. I don't quite believe her, but if she isn't ready to tell me anything, I'll respect that. Okay, Jen, I'm here if you want to talk about anything. Thanks. You take a seat. The classroom is still relatively quiet, and... Oh, well, she did flip around there, like, when she, like, I guess, but, like, you probably want her facing Jen the entire time. That's fair. I will discover at least one glitch for every single game I play. It's crazy. I feel like I'm the same way. People will be like, oh, this game has, like, 0 glitches, 0 bugs, like, it's perfectly polished. And then I'll get into it, and I'll just fall through the world, and I'll be like, oh... perfectly polished, huh? Yeah, okay. I think genuinely the only game that I haven't experienced some kind of glitch or bug while playing was Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, which is crazy. Because those games are so intensive, like, there's so many opportunities for bugs to happen, especially with, like, the Ultra Hand in Tears of the Kingdom, like, 1,000 opportunities for bugs to be occurring. I didn't really have, like, performance issues when I was playing those games either. Like, one of the rare people who, like, outside of, like, the Korok Forest, like, some people would have, like, some slight performance issues here and there. Zero for me. Zero at all. Especially in Tears of the Kingdom. Like, I don't think there was even a moment where I was like, oh, the frames are dipping. I was like, no, it's holding it consistently, regardless of what I'm doing. So... But outside of those two games, every game I've ever played, I'm like, I'll find a bug somewhere eventually. The classroom is still relatively quiet, and only one other student has arrived since Jen. What's going on? There are only 5 of us here, and the professor hasn't arrived yet. The other 3 students in the classroom who are sitting further in the front seem to be patiently waiting. I'm not sure. Mina isn't here either. Why did I read it like that? What the freak? Oh, you're right. I should text her. I take my phone from my bag and text Mina. Mina Järvinen. How do you pronounce that last name? Järvin. I think it'd be like that. And someone managed to find something in Paper Mario 20 years after it came out, lol. Oh wait, yeah, you told me about that. You told me about that you found, like, were you like the first person to, like, report a glitch or something that had ever come out? Like, it was a glitch that you never heard of before. It was something along those lines. I remember that. Because it was when you were showing me, like, telling me all about, like, your Paper Mario experiences when we talked about it. Whoa, yeah, whoa, Flowey. yeah, awesome. Lol, phone screen. I think that the phones in here look so cool. Again, I'm sure we talked about this already, but it gives me, like, the Holocaster vibes from Pokemon. Not the Holocaster themselves, but I guess, like, the Pokédexes, sorry, from X and Y. That's what it reminds me of. Hey, where are you? We miss you. I place my phone on my desk, just in case she gets back to me. Jen leans on the desk and rests her head on her arms. Her face points away from me. Jen? Yeah? Did you sleep well? Jen says nothing. After a few seconds, she pulls out her tablet and accesses Blueboard. If you're wondering if the professor sent an announcement, I already checked. No announcement. Jen sets down her tablet. She continues to look towards her desk, avoiding eye contact and my question. My phone buzzes. The sound gets Jen's attention. She first looks at my phone, and then at me. When she realizes I'm looking at her, she quickly looks away and her face goes red. Aww. Oh, her little Ahega. Is that what it's called? Wait, no, Ahega is like the... Hang on. Ahega is like the hentai face, right? Because what's it called when it's like the little hair boinker? Hang on. Saber has one. Saber hair I'm just literally gonna type in saber hair blinger. that's so not what it's called, but hang on, fate. Is it like a hoagie or something? That just sounds like. Oh no, it is. It is a hoagie. Okay, awesome. It's very close to the hentai face thing, but yeah, that just sounds like a sandwich. I managed to soft lock myself in every game you've played. I feel like that's not possible, right? Like some game, like how would you soft lock yourself in like Undertale? You know, how would you do that? Watch it be like a very simple explanation that I just didn't think of. Oh my gosh, I was right. Everyone does die. That's why no one is here. Oh no, you're cooking. You're onto something. What is going on with her? I take a look at the display on my phone. I've decided not to come to class today. Sorry. If this happened and everyone just decided not to come to class one day, that the amount of anxiety that would give me would be like, oh my gosh, did I miss something last class? Like, why is no one wanting to come today? Are you okay? Is something wrong? No, I'm fine. Thank you for checking on me. Okay, do you know why the professor isn't here? Did she say she wasn't going to be here today? Mina goes silent for a moment. Why is this so suspicious? So I return my phone to my desk, waiting for a reply. What did she say? She says she isn't coming. She's okay though. I asked if she knows anything about the professor canceling class, but she hasn't responded. Jen places her elbows on the desk and rests her chin on the palms of her hand. She still looks melancholic and lost. I scoot my chair to be closer to Jen. She doesn't seem to react. The other students pack up, stand, and leave the classroom. What is happening? Checking the time, it's 10:40. Academy rules state that if the professor is over 9 minutes late to class, students are free to leave. Oh, that's such a like a myth thing. Like I remember being in high school and like kids would be like, "Oh, did you know that if the teacher's like 5 minutes late to class, we're allowed to skip?" And every single time like teachers and like staff would be like, "No, that's not. Why is this a thing that people are spreading around? Like just go to class." And it's like, and the same thing definitely happened in college. And one of my professors who was late, he was just like, "Yeah, I guess you can leave if you don't want to like get your money's worth." And like, yeah, I know I'm late, but like, I'm still here now, like that kind of thing. So it's like, I don't know why people are like that. Mina killed the professor? Oh my gosh. We cut over to her perspective, and it's her trying to hide the body and being, like, turns out the rest of the class was in on it too. Like, everyone who's here wasn't, but the rest of the class who's missing was all in on it. That'd be crazy. Jen seems to notice the other students leaving, but doesn't move, so I decide to stay behind with her. Once all the students leave, I rest my head on Jen's shoulder, but say nothing. It's clear that she doesn't want to talk about what she's going through, but I want her to know that I'm here for her. Aww. She slowly leans her head on mine and takes my hand in hers, lacing our fingers together. Oh my gosh. Jen's forwardness is unexpected. I'm surprised, but I say nothing. She leans on me with a little more weight. She slowly rubs her thumb across the back of my hand. I continue to enjoy Jen's warmth and affection. her ahogi perked up. Oh my gosh. To my surprise, she turns and kisses the crown of my head. Oh my gosh. I tilt my face towards her and realize our lips are only centimeters apart. I feel her breath on my lips as she gazes into my eyes. Jen closes her eyes, drifts towards me, and her soft, warm lips meet mine. She takes her hand and places it on my chin, cradling my jaw. Our lips separate, only to lock together again. Her hand moves from my chin, trailing across my cheek, before gently tracing her fingers along my ear. Her fingers then comb through my hair until they are on the back of my head. Our kiss... Hang on. Oh my gosh, the sneeze. Worst timing. Please come out. It's not happening. It's not working. Anyways, our kisses intensify as Jen adds pressure with her hand on the back of my head, pressing our lips together. I feel her tongue slip into my mouth to meet mine, and I can't stop myself from releasing a slight euphoric whimper. Our tongues continue to mingle. I can smell the sweet scent of her breath. Jen lets go of my hand and places her hand on my thigh. She rubs up and down my leg before slipping slowly between my legs. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. In the classroom? Guys, relax, chill, chill. Actually, at the University of Oklahoma, the 9 minutes rule was a thing? Really? That's weird. That's weird. Because, like, again, like, I mean, I guess it makes sense. Like, if, like, at a certain point, they're late, there's a good chance that they're not showing up. But I guess, again, for me, it would be, like, the idea of, like, well, if they do show up after I leave, then, like, I'm not getting my money's worth out of the class, that kind of thing. But yeah, I guess that would make sense to have. It's at this point I remember where we are. I'm surprised Jen is willing to go this far in a classroom, even if we are the only people here. She grabs my inner thigh, which invokes another involuntary moan. Jen's hand travels from the back of my head to the nape of my neck. She stops kissing my lips and lowers her head. She places her tongue on my collarbone and slowly licks up my neck to my ear. She then whispers to me, "I want you, Rio." It'd be so funny if this was just her trying to get back at Rio for flirting so hard with her in the last one. That'd be so funny. The feeling of her breath on my ear sends chills throughout my body. The tone in her voice is seductive and tempting. I can't help but want to place my hands under her clothes. "I want you too, Jen." She continues caressing my neck with her lips and teeth, and I shiver when I feel her breath on my ear. "I want you all to myself." I'm so lost in the moment that it takes a few seconds to process what she says. I feel conflicted, wanting to ask what Jen means while also wanting her to keep going. "You belong to me." This possessive statement is enough to snap me out of the trance she's put me in, but I still let her continue to kiss me. "What? Jen, what do you mean?" She stops kissing and licking my neck and pulls back to face me. The grip she has on the back of my neck tightens. The expression on her face is both alarming and domineering. "Chloe can't have you. Only I can have you." Oh my gosh. Hey, Jen. Wait, hang on. Hang on. Chill. Chill. Relax. Relax. Chill, please. That's a little much. In public? Exactly. In public? Like, this is such a weird place to do it. I get, the classroom does it for some people. What can I say? That's crazy. Especially because, like, if Rio hadn't stopped it, it sounded like it was just going to keep going further. That's crazy. I was about to be like, hey, social, do we gotta, like, censor this really quick? Like, what do I gotta do? Jen, what? What do you mean? Her behavior becomes more intimidating, her expression eerie, her grip on my neck... Oh, is this like a dream? Her grip on my neck and thigh get tighter and tighter until she begins to hurt me. Ouch, Jen, please, you're hurting me. I'll let go when you tell me you belong to me and only me. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's a dream. Oh, it's a dream. You're good? Yeah, I remember us talking about it and being good about it, but I was like, oh my gosh, did one slip through? But no, I'm teasing, I'm teasing. It was just like, again, like how far they were going in public. It was like, oh my gosh, so scandalous. Her eyes slowly turn black as she talks to me. An aura emanates from her body, pulsing red. I am terrified, unable to move. I want to scream for help, but I can't. It'd be so much funnier, though, if this wasn't a dream. Oh, she even has fangs now. Say it! Jen sounds like an evil character from a Grimian folktale. Her wraith-like voice echoes through the room. Say it! ... Ellipses. Opening my eyes, I sling myself up and gasp for breath. Sweat and chills cover my body. ... It was only a dream. A nightmare. Holy hell. The 78th of summer. Oh, we're so close. Oh, the 79th of summer. Oh my gosh. The day that we're gonna go hiking. We're not in the POV to hike, but we're in the day. Oh my gosh. I plan... Ooh. I'm reorganizing my room right now. That's been taking up a lot of my time. And I want to figure out how to get plants in there and keep them alive, because my room doesn't get much natural light, only a little bit in the day. And it's only on, like, a windowsill, so I don't know if I want to put them there, but I want to figure out how to get plants in my room, because I love the look and feel of them. I plan to spend most of the respite studying and getting some work done. I have a lot of work to complete for my proteomics course. I'm sure that's how you say that. That's gotta be right? Of course, I need to do a few things for the science club. Nerd. Proteomics is the study of proteomes, which are sets of proteins. It focuses on the structure, function, and interactions of proteomes within biological processes. As I set up my workspace, my phone buzzes. Katlenberg friends. Hey everyone, Mina isn't feeling well. We should visit her. Allie, I asked you not to say anything. I'll be right there. Oh no, I'm sorry, I'm out of town for the game. No worries, Jen. We'll take care of her. Come on, my parents are here, you know. It isn't like I can't do things for myself. I'll see you soon. I'm coming too. Rio, you don't have to. I'll be okay. Smiley face. Proofread, Mina. I didn't catch the typo in that one. I caught them on all the other texts. I didn't catch it in that one. Never. Oh my gosh. I have a friend, and I'm totally going to throw him under the bus right now. He refuses to proofread anything he sends, and he doesn't have autocorrect on. So this, like, which is so, okay. He is the type of person who he is getting into like a, I'm not going to go into too many details, but he's been in college for like 7 years, getting like a really high level of education because he's going into like government work, that kind of thing. And he even has a job. He had to move away from it for this job. And so like everything, he'll type up like dozens, and because he does like research. Again, I'm not going to go too into it, but he does like research essentially. And he'll type out like these huge 15-page eloquent like works that are like easy to digest even if you don't fully understand the subject, like stuff like that. And then when he texts, it's like half the words are wrong, they don't make sense, it's complete nonsense. He doesn't proofread, he doesn't autocorrect, and he just sends them raw. And it's like, dog, no one knows what you're saying, come on. It's just such a weird juxtaposition from like his personality and everything else as opposed to texting. If Mina isn't feeling well, I have to do something. I put on some trousers and spent a few minutes getting ready before catching the bus to Mina's house. I arrive in Mina's neighborhood 30 minutes later. I step off the bus and start walking towards her home. As I come around the corner, I see Rio and Allie standing outside Mina's house. Allie, Rio. Yo. Hey Aspen, we just arrived not too long ago. I give Allie a gentle hug and then give Rio a tight squeeze. Yeah, and you're just now leaving too. Mina's second-story bedroom window is open. We can't see her, but voice can be clearly heard. Mina, we just want to make sure you're okay. I'm fine. Allie was exaggerating. Actually, you must have been exaggerating. When you called me, you sounded miserable. I'm sorry, I just woke up when I called you and I felt like garbage. But now I've had time to wake up and move around, I feel a little better. Did you hear that? She said only a little better. Allie, you're great. Allie! I'm a little confused. Does she need her help? Yes. No! I wonder what this is all about. It seems like a little spat between Allie and Mina. Mina doesn't seem like her typical self. Though, neither does Allie. Mina, can we come in? We came here because we care. Please don't turn us away without letting us see you. There is silence from within the house. Allie, Rio, and I look at each other, waiting for a response. Fine. You can just let them in, Papa. The front door opens, and Mina's dad stands at the opening. It almost seems like they were just waiting to invite us in. They greet us and ask if we'd like anything to drink. Ooh, her room's so pretty. We each decline their offer for the time being and go upstairs to Mina's room. Rio leads the way and knocks on Mina's door. Come in. Mina sounds deflated, resigning herself to defeat as we enter into her room. I look around Mina's bedroom. I'm always so impressed by all the analog books on her shelves. Mina is in her bed, or rather, I'm guessing she is. All I see is a lump under the duvet. Is that how you pronounce that word? I used that and have to know it because I worked in a hotel. I don't remember. Hey, Mina. Hey, son. Mina's voice is deflated and relatively lifeless compared to her usual greeting. Mina, are you okay? Well, I'm not feeling great, but it's okay. Nothing major. I took a remedy this morning and it should help. I'll be fine. But oh my gosh, she's so cute with the glasses on. Oh my gosh, an S tier look. Let's go. The glasses gang represent. Oh. A bespectacled Mina shows herself, swinging the duvet aside. Her syrup-colored eyes and makeupless face surprises me. I'm not used to seeing her like this. I think she's beautiful regardless. Mina at first glares at Allie. She then relaxes her brow and closes her eyes. I appreciate you all coming to see me. I might be making a fuss over nothing, but I am happy you are here with me. Of course, Mina. No worries, we're here for you. Mina puts her hands on her head and starts to laugh a little. Surprisingly, Allie joins her. See, that wasn't so hard. Mina's energy is short-lived as she shifts back to being somber. But it is hard. It's hard to need people and to admit to it. It's obvious that we missed out on a conversation that Mina and Allie had at some point. I'm sorry to ask, but what happened? Did something happen between you two? Mina and Allie look at one another, as if to ask each other for permission to speak. Well, Mina and I had plans today, but she got sick and cancelled. As we talked, she said, I said I'd be lonely today. Dad and Papa are leaving soon. Finn is at a friend's place, and my grandparents are on holiday up north visiting my aunt. I told her she has people around her that love her and would be more than willing to come and provide her with some company. She argued that she didn't want to be a burden. And that's when I asked Allie, my dear friend, to not tell everyone that I was sick because I knew you'd all come over here. And of course, I did not comply. 'Cause you're mean! We all giggle at Mina's playful, pouty reaction. She puts on an angry, puffy face. Mina, if you were actually a burden, we wouldn't be here right now. You've been our friend for almost 2 years, and we came here because we care about you. And the fact you knew we'd all come here, if Allie told us, is a clear indication that you know just how much we care. Mina pauses for a moment before biting back. Well, it's possible to spend your time and energy being with me, but still see me as a burden. I worry when Mina speaks so harshly about herself. I feel sorry that she sees herself as such a burden, but it also frustrates me. That's bullshit, Mina. I realize that I've come off a little strong. I try to pull back my frustration while still saying that I want to express. I know for a fact that if I was sick and Allie sent out a call to action, you'd be one of the first to respond and arrive. It's so easy for you to be helpful, but so hard for you to accept others' help. You don't think you deserve it, but you do. I know you have a hard time seeing yourself as someone who is worth the energy of others. But you are, Mina. You're worth it. You are worth the effort. You are worth the effort. You are worth our love. Aspen is right, Mina. You must be willing to provide yourself the same love and grace that you so eagerly offer others. After Rio and I speak, Mina simply sits on her bed with her eyes closed in a blank expression. Mina seems to be holding something back, and after a few seconds of silence, she bursts into tears. I move to comfort her, but as I approach the bed, she holds out her hands as a signal to not come any closer. Mina takes her glasses off and uses her hand up to cover her face. Eventually, she reaches towards a handkerchief she has next to her bed. I feel restless, wanting to help somehow, but there's nothing I can do. We all avert our eyes so she feels like we aren't gawking at her as she cries. After a minute or two, Mina blows her nose and cleans up. She puts her glasses back on. She takes a deep breath and faces us again. Well, that was embarrassing. Are you okay, Mina? Yeah, I am. Thank you all so much for your kind words. It's hard, you know? It's hard to feel like I'm worth it. But I'll keep trying. That's all you can do. Just never forget we're here for you. Exactly. We love you, Mina. Oh god, stop. You're gonna make me cry again. Mina chuckles and we all join her. I never knew that Mina struggled with these sorts of feelings. It seems that Allie has been trying to help her feel better about herself. I hope Mina knows how important she is to us. And how important she is to me. I hope that one day I can show her. I can show her how loving that... I hope I can show her that loving her isn't a burden. Oh, Rio, aren't you meeting Chloe today? Oh, crap, I'm sorry, Mina. I have to go, or I'll be late. No worries, Rio. Thank you for coming to see me. I hope you have fun. Yes, we're getting the hiking trip. We're getting the hiking trip right now. Thanks, everyone. Bye. In her haste, Rio's footsteps echo throughout the house as she runs through the hallway, down the stairs, and out the door. Once Rio makes her getaway, I begin to process Allie's statement. Wait, did you say she's meeting Chloe? Yeah, they're going on a hike together at Pinnacle Park. Oh, I had no idea. I guess they are becoming friends then. I wonder if it's a date. How did I not hear about Chloe last semester? I feel like I'm hearing a lot about her all of a sudden. I have a feeling something is brewing between those three. Oh, that sounds pretty prognosticative of you, Allie. Prognosticative. What exactly is brewing? I'm not sure. I will not go so far as to make a prediction. All I can say is it feels like something is brewing. Well, you're no fun. I smile as I hear Mia's playful energy come back. I'm really glad I came to be with her today. That was a struggle for me to say. Allie and I talked with Mina about Academy-related topics for the time. We remained at her house. I'm glad we are here to keep Mina company while she recovers. What a morning this has turned out to be. That's the thing that I'm missing right now. With all the talk of, like, Allie helping Mina, I'm like, ooh, I want to see that. I want to see them helping each other, like, get through that. Oh, this music's so lovely. Oh my gosh, this music's lovely. I walk out of Mina's house. I walk out of Mina's front door and onto the street. I seem to have lost track of time. I text Mina's address to Chloe so she can direct the POV to pick me up. The POV? POV is a initialism for publicly owned vehicle. These vehicles are fully automated. Using a coach or POV is the primary way people reach destinations outside the city limits. Oh, that's cool. It's basically just like a taxi. Kind of. It's kind of like Uber. Yeah. I text Mina's address to Chloe so she can direct the POV to pick me up. In the meantime, I wander around the street in front of Mina's home, gathering my thoughts. I can overhear some of the conversation upstairs. Mina still has the window to her bedroom open. They seem to be talking about the academy, but I actively try not to eavesdrop. Not long after, a teal-colored POV turns around the corner, leading to the mag lane on the street. Mag lanes are magnetic strips embedded in roads used to inductively power and navigate vehicles throughout the city. They also employ maglev technology to help propel the vehicle to reduce energy used while driving. Ooh, that's cool. I step onto the pavement. The POV slowly comes to a stop in front of me. I slide into the backseat with Chloe. Hello! I hadn't noticed, but Chloe is on her phone. After I greet her, she taps on her earpiece and holds up a finger, signaling me to hold on. Uh-huh. The POV starts to drive us out of the city towards Pinnacle Park. During the ride, Chloe often rolls her eyes and sighs. Just don't worry about it. Oh, this so sucks if this is the entire drive that she's going to be on her phone for. Like, obviously if I was Rio, I'd be like, the way I've reacted in situations like this before is like, well, sometimes it just can't be helped, but it's just like, but I want to talk to you. We're here together. It feels like she's a little frustrated. I spend most of the ride watching the trees pass by my window. As a child, I imagined a superhero running or flying alongside the vehicle as we sped over 100 kilometers per hour on the motorway. As a kid, I would also do that on long car drives, of like imagining like a person doing like parkour over like all the street signs and keeping up with the cars and dodging and weaving through around like all the interstates and everything. I saw this great comic. It was like posted so long ago. It was of like a kid doing that, and then it shows the dad's reaction of like freaking out and like trying to like drive faster as this person is chasing down their car. It's like, oh wait, that's a horrific idea. I love it. 15 minutes later, we arrive. Wait, hang on. I giggle to myself as I recall such a silly childhood memory. 15 minutes later, we arrive at our destination. The POV pulls into the car park. It looks like not many people are here. I'm sure Chloe will appreciate that. Listen, Dad, I have to go. I just arrived to the park, okay? We both step out of the POV. I wait patiently while Chloe concludes her call. Chloe says goodbye and disconnects from the call. She lets out a long sigh of relief. Damn, that man irritates me. I hope everything is okay. It's okay, he just gets really needy sometimes. Chloe seems a bit disheartened. I wonder if she's worried about her dad. I decided not to pry and avoid asking any questions. A nice hike in nature might be exactly what she needs right now. Are you ready? Yeah. We make our way from the car park to the beginning of the trail. OMG, Chloe real. No, OMG, Chloe's the realest. She's great. The trail is clearly marked by a sign stating that the entire hiking trail is roughly 15 kilometers. Oh, that's baby's distance. Chloe follows me. I figure she is expecting me to lead the way, so I march ahead. This particular trail circles around a lake. There are a few places where you can see the water through the trees, but for the most part, it's hard to see. The trees provide us with some well-needed shade. It isn't as hot today as it has been, but it's warm enough that the shade is still nonetheless welcome. Some parts of the trail... Well, I guess it's like around like 9 miles. It's like what, like 9.6? 9.6 miles? Yeah. That's pretty good. Some parts of the trail are... sorry. I just started thinking about like the logistics of that and like how far they're actually going. Most of it's rugged and rutted. Tree roots travel through the trail and stones poke out here and there. A trail like this always demands a hiker's attention, lest they suffer a fall or a sprained ankle. Being here is relaxing, even fulfilling. Something about being in nature evokes a spiritual feeling in me. There's a harmony to the sounds of the birds singing and trees rustling. I pace my breaths to my steps, feeling tranquility spread throughout my body. A full hour into the hike, I notice we haven't seen another person thus far. We also haven't said much to one another. Eventually, we reach a part of the trail adjacent to the edge of the lake. A light breeze blows in from the water. There's a good view of the lake over there. Want to take a break? Sure. Oh, it's so pretty. We take a seat together on a nearby bench. The waters of the lake are calm and blue. Just in front of us, a bunch of snails rest on the rocks at the bank of the lake. How are you feeling? As I turn to Chloe, her gaze points towards the water. She has a slight smile on her face. Precious. Protect it. I'm feeling good. It feels satisfying to be out here. It's peaceful. Chloe looks at me and smiles. Her face is relaxed and I'm taken aback by the sight. Her eyes squinted slightly, almost sparkle, reminding me of the first time she approached me in the forest next to the academy. The cool breeze from the lake blows her hair over her shoulders, revealing her ear and all her jewelry. Her arms rest along the back of the bench. Her hand stretches towards me, only centimeters from my neck. It's really hard for me to not want to be enthralled by her. I'm attracted to every detail of her presence. So true! Oh my gosh, Rio's me for real, for real. Whoa. You're beautiful. Chloe looks stunned for a moment. She places the hand furthest from me on the back of her neck and looks away. Oh, thanks. Her cheeks turn rose-colored. Her hand on the bench behind me now rests on my left shoulder. You are most welcome. What a proper response to that. The breeze from the lake stills and the rustling of the trees quiet. We hear footsteps coming from the trail behind us and turn around to see, in the distance, 2 hikers coming our way. Let's go. Okay. Chloe's hands falls off my shoulder as we stand. We continue down our original path. Why does Chloe just not want to be seen with Rio by other people? Does she just not want to see other people? Like, what's going on with that? The hikers approach us. They are both older men, sporting the same hat with a logo I'm unfamiliar with. One holds a walking pole in one hand, and the other has a belt equipped with all sorts of gadgets and tools. Good afternoon. Hello. I smile and wave. They walk past us as we both find clear spaces around the trail to dodge one another. The trail up ahead gets rough. Be careful. Thank you for the warning. The men were correct. After walking a few more minutes, we arrive at a narrow stream with stones, and must hop across one stone at a time. The trail continues to become more rugged. Steep portions of the path challenge our dexterity. We then reach a short but steep incline in the trail. I use the branches of nearby trees to pull myself up the incline. When I reach the top, I turn around to reach a hand down towards Chloe. I grab a branch next to me for leverage. Chloe grabs my hand and I pull her up. The moment one of her boots reaches the top, the branch breaks and we both slip. Oh my gosh, is this going to be the classic one of them falls on top of the other? Scandalous. We land on our sides. Oh. Never mind. We land on our sides, not falling far, facing one another about a half meter apart. I really like that spelling of meter. Like, I'm sure that's like the British, European way of spelling it or something, or I guess like German. Well, no, it would be British, because meters, never mind. Anyways, moving on. But I really like how it looks. Sorry, I didn't expect it to break. Are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. For about 5 seconds, we all just lay there, looking at one another. We both start smiling before eventually laughing. I'm sure we look silly lying down on the dirty trail. I notice Chloe looking at me with slight concern. Oh, you got some dirt on your face. Oh my gosh, is she gonna clean it off for us? Yes, it's the British spelling. Excellent, excellent. That's what I figured, and again, it just looks so... it looks so tasty. Meter, period. Exactly, seal. Meter. Also, considering how the English language is, and that there are some words that are spelled, that are technically spelled like this anyways, that are pronounced the same, I'm like, maybe we should all spell all words like the meter anyways. That should just be what we do. She reaches towards my face. I stay still as she brushes her thumb along my cheek. Oh my gosh. She takes her hand back, licks her thumb, and returns it to my cheek to clean the remaining dirt from my face. Chloe sits up before standing and brushing herself off. The way I'd be feeling if that happened to me, if Chloe did that to me, oh my gosh. I begin to do the same, but I feel her hand under my shoulder. With her help, I return to my feet much more easily. Thank you. No problem. Chloe then begins to lead the way. We reach the last third of the trail, only about 1 hour remaining. The trail begins to smooth out with fewer inclines, holes, and roots. Rio? Yes? How long have you lived in Katlenburg? My whole life. How about you? I got here about 6 years ago. Where did you move from? Tirana. It's in Balkans. Oh, nice. What brought you here? After Mum died, my dad wanted to be near his parents, so we moved here. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know. It's okay. It was a while ago. So you've been here for your whole life. You must know a lot of people in the city. Perhaps. I know several in my neighborhood. Others through the academy and my school. Some through the temple. You seem to get along with people easily. I like to think so, yeah. I try to be friendly. Have you had partners? Chloe's question feels unexpected. I wonder why she asks. Not many. A lot of people find me too weird. What do you mean by too weird? Like you're into age play or something? Definitely not that. What I mean is, I'm not a romantic person. I don't feel strong attachments. People often get the impression that I don't care. The people I've dated have often felt like I don't love or desire them. I feel like the way I love doesn't make people feel special. After my first partnership ended, I was confused. It turns out my way of experiencing and expressing love tends to not be adequate for a lot of people. Is the writer British? Social. I believe it's just because of like the setting that it's written this way, correct? I believe that that's the conversation that we had about all the British isms. Correct. Excellent. Look at me go. I have such good memory. But yeah, because it's set in, like, you know, Europe, so they're going to use, like, while they're speaking English, it's going to be a lot of, like, the British spellings for things. Or, like, just, like, the terminology for, like, schools and stuff like that. After my first partnership ended, I was confused. It turns out my way of experiencing... Oh, never mind. Does that make sense? Yeah, it does. I'm curious why she asked the question. Why do you ask? Have you had partners since you've been here? Yeah... My partnerships haven't lasted either. A few sexual partners, one romantic partner. Actually, 2 former partners of mine are in the band. Oh, that's nice that you're all still friends. Chloe is silent for a moment. She kicks a rock off the trail. I don't know if I'd say friends. The only time we ever hang out is when we practice or play gigs. I see. Well, that's still better than being post-partnership enemies. Obviously. I haven't seen Chloe smile this much before. She must be enjoying herself. At least I hope so. Are you partners with any of your friends, like Jen? Not really. Not really? What the hell does that mean? Yeah, that's such a vague answer. Come on. I find your answer vague and unhelpful. I mean, Jen and I had a moment before. That was years ago, though. Oh, really? Chloe smirks. Her expression is curious. She seems to be interested in knowing more details. Well, we shared an intimate night together back when we were in secondary school, but the timing was bad. We swept it under the rug for a while. We only recently talked about it again. That's basically it. I see. So you're into women. I'm pansexual. How about you? Nah, I don't care for labels. Let's go. Oh, she's so rebellious. She's so not constrained by societal standards. Let's go. I guess I'll fuck anyone I'm into, regardless of gender. Though, I prefer women romantically. That's interesting. Oh? Yeah, it isn't every day you meet someone whose sexual and romantic orientations don't align. How about you? Funny you should ask. I'm actually on the aromantic spectrum. I don't experience any real difference between platonic and romantic love. It's technically called idiom romantic, but I tend to not use the label because people are unfamiliar with it. You're not wrong, I've never heard of it. Exactly. We come around the last curve in the trail. Only one long stretch stands between us and the car park. Rio, thanks for inviting me out today. This was good for me. I needed this. Aw, of course, Chloe. I'm glad we got to talk and get to know one another more. Chloe doesn't respond to my remark, and blank expression returns to her face. As we pass the last trail marker on our hike, I take a deep breath and start stretching. We walk past the threshold and into the car park where the POV awaits us. Chloe sits down on the bench at the edge of the car park while I stretch. I want to encourage her to join me, but I'm sure she would if she wanted to. Oh, whoa, hello! Welcome in, Leary, and all of the raiders. Oh my gosh, that jump scared me, I'm not gonna lie, as it always does. But welcome. Hello everyone, I am Darkbender, a variety streamer with a big focus on visual novels and a fellow bellflower of Leary. Welcome. Tracy, could we do a quick shout out for Leary, please and thank you. But yes, welcome in. I hope you're having a fun stream. Oh, I've been having a great time. We had some like things at the beginning, like needing to do some quick adjustments, but after that, it's just been a great time reading. I'm really enjoying Why Not Both so far. I was on it, Lamau. Look, thank you. I hope you had a fun stream. What were you streaming? Was it The Blueprints? I've heard really good things about that. And also, obviously, Raiders and Leary, if you do need to go, you can't stick around, that's totally understandable. Thank you for stopping by, and you gotta do what you gotta do, so... Yeah, it's so good. I ran over. It's nearly 2 a.m. for you. Oh my gosh. It's that good? That's insane. I've been thinking about playing it because it sounds good. So I've avoided saying anything about it because I'm like, I want to play this because of everything I've heard. So yeah. So I will have to raid and run, but I'm glad I got a chance to raid you. Thank you so much for raiding me, and I hope you have a great rest of your morning. So take care of yourself and have a good one. Thank you again. It's so fun to go on blind. No, for real. That's especially because I'm sure it's like a puzzle game, right? And getting puzzle spoiled is not fun at all. It's not a good time. So yeah, but again, you have a great rest of your night/morning, and I hope you have a good one. Thank you. Yeah, it's a game about discovery. Yeah, and those so don't work if you are going into them. That's why I haven't watched you play the Talos Principle or Voidbringer, because I'm like, I want to play these, and I don't want things spoiled. If you don't get the chance to discover things yourself, it's like, well, exactly, because that's the whole point of it. So if you get spoiled on those things, it's like, okay, thank you for taking away the reason I'm here. Thank you. Yeah, I hope you get a chance too. Yay, yeah, I hope so too. I plan on it. Just gotta finish some other things that we're streaming first before I jump into it. But yeah, thank you again, and have a great sleep. Take care of yourself. Thank you so much. But yeah, welcome in, Raiders. Right now we are playing a fun visual novel called Why Not Both by actually a member of the community here, Social Mechanic. They're in the chat right now, and we've just been playing through it, and I think this is about our third stream of it, and we're currently in Act 2 of the game, and it's just been a good time. The vibes of it are so fun and cozy. All the art, again, being in the background, it feels like it's actually painted on a canvas, and the music, all the tracks we've heard so far are just such good vibes. The way I've talked about it is it's good vibes for a summer drive, or studying, or drawing too, stuff like that. So it's just a bunch of fun. So yeah, if anyone's interested, I would highly recommend checking it out. So yeah. But with that being said, welcome in, Raiders. I hope that you all had a good one with Leary stream, and I hope you have a good one here too. Obviously, if you stay, no pressure to stay either. So if you gotta go, you gotta go, kind of thing. But yeah, with that being said, let's jump back on into the game. After I'm done, I join her on the bench. Her face is pointed to the sky, and her eyes are closed. I guess I should also probably explain a little bit. I'll be lurking while I get ready for bed. Ooh, thank you. Yeah, that's fair. You gotta kind of wind down a little bit while you're getting ready for things, so that's fair, but thank you. Also, I should probably quickly explain kind of some of what the game's about. Right now, it's, I believe it's solar punk, that's the genre it falls under, and it's mostly just about some friends, going through some romantic and, relationship issues and, stuff like that while going through college and experiencing all this kind of stuff. And it's set decently far into the future. There's a whole lot of like world building that's been happening throughout it. So I don't want to explain everything. So then if you want to play it for yourselves, you don't get like fully spoiled on things. Just kind of giving like a very vague and quick like overlook of things. We got a bunch of like different perspectives here going on from a bunch of the characters. And again, it's just a lot about them like trying to understand themselves and their relationships with each other and other characters a lot better. So it's a very romantic kind of slice of life feel so far. So with that being said, we can jump into it. Her face is pointed to the sky, and her eyes are closed. I wait patiently, enjoying the environment. I have another question. Chloe's hand is on the back of her neck. I've started to notice she does this when she becomes bashful. Yeah? Was this a date? Oh, wait. Rio was supposed to ask Chloe about that, and she didn't. Good job. S-tier work, girl. I did not expect Chloe to ask me that, even after my conversation with Jen a few days ago. I don't know what to say. I planned on asking her that myself, but forgot. Perhaps when I initially asked Chloe, I didn't think of it as a date. However, being here with her and thinking about the moments we had here together, it's hard for me to say. I know that I'm really attracted to Chloe, I just need to be honest with her. When I first asked you to come with me, I figured it would be a good opportunity to get to know you. At the time, I wouldn't have called it a date. But I think things like this end up being what they are as a product of what happens. So when I think about what we've done here today and how I felt, I'd say... Yes, this was a date. Chloe smiles after I tell her how I feel. Her blushing face gives me a little insight into how she's feeling. She doesn't say anything. Instead, she leans back and places her arms on the top of the bench, just like she did at the lake. I lean back, willingly placing my shoulder right next to her hand. Her hand slips onto my shoulder. Oh, let's go. This is the ship I've been wanting ever since we started. This is my OTP and it's happening. Oh, it feels so validating. I scoot closer to her. My shoulder now touches hers. She moves her hand to gently grab my upper arm. We sit there for several minutes before deciding to head back. We walk towards the POV, input the route, and relax while the vehicle takes us back to the city. We are relatively silent for the trip. It feels as though Chloe has something she wants to say, but doesn't. I don't want to force it out of her if she isn't ready to say anything. I'm okay with how things are going between us. I hope to continue to hang out with her more in the future as our friendship deepens. Ah, Social, thank you so much for giving me exactly what I wanted. I'm sure that the scene was here specifically for me, and I appreciate that.
Anxious feelings emerging from hope, tethered by expectations, haunted by ambiguity, the work of a self-saboteur.
Ooh. That's only a little ominous. Only a little ominous going into Act 3. You're welcome. Yes, thank you. I appreciate it dearly. Because I think outside of that, I mean, I obviously want, like, Aspen and Mina to get together just because, like, they're just so in love. They're just so in love already, and they're just not admitting it to each other. So I want that to happen. Today I'm volunteering at the temple. I haven't helped with the garden since summer break. As I arrive, I see Allie in the distance with one of her siblings carrying some tools from their shed. Her sibling goes back inside while Allie continues to prep for the work we need to do today. I walk towards her, but it takes a while for her to notice I've arrived. Allie! Allie turns to face me. She looks tired. Yo! Also, Allie's fit right now is cool. Like the temple wear that she has, that's awesome. I give her a gentle hug. She gets straight to business by going over what we're going to be doing this morning. We'll be pruning the tomatoes first. We haven't been trimming them enough, so they're starting to get out of hand. She hands me a pair of gloves and some pruning shears. You wearing sunscreen? Sure am. Great, let's get to it. Ooh, I really like this track. We pass through the gate and head to the gardens behind the temple. Once we reach the raised beds, Allie points me towards the tomato plants. Of course, as an agronomist, I can say that, Allie knows far more about this process than I do. However, I volunteered enough to know what I need to do. The tomato plants in the garden are indeterminate. This particular batch will grow throughout the majority of the fall season. And we got some fun facts about those. Regarding tomato plants, Indeterminate refers to a growth habit, where the plant continues to grow throughout its life cycle, rather than stopping once it reaches a certain size, which is referred to as determinate. Oh, that's cool. I love that whenever we're doing, all visual novel sessions eventually turn into doing research and development. I love that the game does it for me. I love that it's just like, here are the fun facts that you're going to look up anyways. Because I didn't know what that word meant about potatoes specifically until right then. The tomato plants in the garden are indeterminate. Oh, we read that part. First off, we need to prune any low-hanging leaves growing from the stem that touch the soil. Doing this helps to decrease the likelihood of the plant catching a pathogen. This process alone takes us a while. She was right, they haven't pruned these tomato plants recently. As we go up the stem of the plant, we continue to trim leaves that bear no fruit and are completely shrouded. The plant has to allocate energy to all of its components. If the lower level leaves cannot collect sunlight to fuel the rest of the plant and they bear no fruit, they are wasting the plant's resources. Oh my gosh, I feel like I'm learning a lot about gardening right now. Lastly, we prune the short suckers, which are additional leaves that grow out from the axils of the plants. We eventually complete the job. This task alone takes us about an hour and a half. Alright, good job. What's next on the list? Oh, whoa, the lighting in here is so pretty. Holy crap. Allie directs me to the greenhouse where I'll be pruning the cucumbers. Once we walk through the doors, memories of volunteering come back to me due to the magenta glow that permeates the greenhouse. Oh, the SPP system built into the roof makes this possible. It makes the place look quite dramatic. SPP is an initialism for selective photovoltaic? I'll go with voltaic. Panel. These panels allow light waves important for photosynthesis, mainly in the red and blue spectrums to pass through into the greenhouse, while capturing the remaining light waves as solar energy. Oh, that's cool. The temple garden has several greenhouses. The greenhouses are good at protecting plants from pests, as well as increasing the temperature of their environment. Since cucumbers have many insects, predators, and are native to the tropics, they are the perfect plant to cultivate in the greenhouse. I see the cucumber plants on the back wall, which are supported by the series of trellises. That's how you say that word, I'm sure. Much like the tomatoes, many of the cucumber plants need pruning. While I prune the cucumbers, Allie harvests a new batch of peppers. This process takes us another hour. Once finished, we gather up anything worth compositing and take it to the bins, along with adding in some wood chips. The composite bins themselves do a good enough job managing an equilibrium between both carbon and nitrogen-rich composite. Okay, let's take a break. You want some hibiscus tea? Yeah, that sounds great. We walk towards the veranda of the temple. It might seem strange that a temple has a veranda, but Allie and her family live here as well. Allie goes inside to grab us drinks. I take off my gloves and place them along with my pruning shears on the stand beside me. I wish I loved tea. I wish I liked it so much more than I do, because whenever I've tried, I tried green tea, and I was told by a lot of people that, oh, no, green tea is so good. Like, I don't even add anything to it. I just put it in the mix, boil up the water, and then it's good. And so I did that, and I was like, oh, this tastes awful. Especially as soon as it starts, like, cooling down and reaches, like, room temperature. It's like, oh, I really don't want this in me right now. But it's like, green tea is, like, so good for you that I was like, I bought like 40 packets of these. Like, that's how many came in the box. I'm like, I feel like I'm wasting them if I don't use them. And then I've had people be like, oh, you need to try like adding in like honey and like all this other stuff. I'm like, I've tried it. It's like coffee. It's just not for me. I wish I liked it more, especially tea, just because of how good most teas are for you. But it's like, I just can't get into them. I'm sorry, I can't. Allie goes inside to grab us drinks. I take off my gloves and place them alongside with my pruning shears on the stand beside me. I enjoy helping out with the garden. It feels good to work with my hands out here in the earth. It feels fulfilling. The garden here is beautiful. A mixture of plants are scattered all around the scenery. Some in the ground, pots, and raised beds. Here you go. Thank you. Allie hands me my drink and sits in a chair next to mine. The tea is cold and very refreshing. Did the hibiscus and the tea come from the garden? Sure did. Harvested from the greenhouse not too long ago. Perfect. Our point of view of the veranda overlooks much of the garden. It looks like it's doing well. They cultivate so many crops here, it's quite impressive. So, how have you been? When I got here, you looked tired. I'm doing well, but you're right. I was tired. I still feel like I never get enough sleep. I figured you might have adjusted the academic schedule by now. I'm doing better than I was at the start of the semester, that's for sure. I'm glad to hear that. How about you? How are you doing? Reflecting, I immediately think about that terrifying dream I had recently. I was still hoping that wasn't a dream. I wanted it to be real. I'm doing well in general, but I had a nightmare a couple of days ago. Oh? Yeah, it was very strange. It was about Jen. I tell Allie every detail that I can remember. The empty classroom, the weird text with Mina, Jen's aloofness. And of course, I tell her about us making out and how Jen eventually evolved into a possessive monster with sharp teeth, dark eyes, and a red aura. Whoa. Yeah. We sit in silence for several seconds. Allie eventually speaks and shares me her thoughts about my dream. I'm not usually one for analyzing dreams. However, I think the dream makes it clear you fear Jen will be jealous and or possessive over you and or Chloe. I mean, yeah, that's kind of what I figured about it too. That's what I was thinking as well. I did just have a date with Chloe. Allie raises a curious eyebrow. I guess she wasn't under the impression that the time I spent with Chloe yesterday was a date. To be fair, I initially didn't think it was a date myself. Well, I do want to ask you about your time with Chloe, but I don't want to jump into another topic just yet. Is there anything else about the dreams that concerns you? Not really. I know the dream probably implies that I'm concerned about the situation with me, Jen, and Chloe, but I'm trying not to worry about it. I understand. I'm sure investing too much energy into thinking about it won't be helpful. Despite my concerns, I don't feel that anxious about the situation. I close my eyes and take a deep breath to recalibrate. So... I can tell Allie is interested, even antsy to learn more about my time with Chloe. Oh, it was a great time, let me tell ya. I giggle at Allie's impatience for telling her the information she wants to hear about. It went well. The hike took us a little over 3 hours. The trees gave us plenty of shade so it wasn't too hot. The lake was beautiful too. You would have loved it. That's not the information she's after. That's not what she's looking for. I've been to Pinnacle Park before. I hiked on the trail you were on a year or two ago. I enjoyed it. It's so peaceful out there. XT. Exactly. So I'm assuming you gotta talk to Chloe as opposed to just hiking in silence? Oh, yeah, we did. Most of the time we were just enjoying the hike, but we did have a few moments where we talked. Do you feel like you're closer to her now? Yes, definitely. She asked me about where I'm from and about the people I know around here. We also talked about our ardent histories and such. Oh? Did she ask those questions or did you? She did. Do you believe she is ardently interested in you? Perhaps, but I'm not sure. What do you mean? What do you mean you're not sure? The date ended with her being happy that it was a date and like getting close. Like how? Come on. First, again, for the person who's the most flirtatious and open to these ideas and the best at handling these kinds of things, she's just like right overhead. Doesn't understand. Didn't get it. My trailing off seems to have caught Allie's attention. She did ask me at the end of the hike if it was a date. I told her that I originally didn't think it was, but after looking at how we interacted and how I felt, it changed my mind. That's why I refer to it as a date. I was wondering about that. What exactly about it made you change your mind? Well, there was a moment where we connected while looking over the lake. I told her she was beautiful and she put her arm on my shoulder. It became more obvious to me how attracted I am to her. There was also a moment where we fell down and just lay there for a few seconds, smiling at one another before laughing together. Yeah, Judge, they're in love. Let it happen. So I guess her asking me about my partnership history made it seem as though she's interested in me. As I reciprocated by asking her the same questions, how did she answer? Of course, if you don't believe she'd want me to know, you don't have to tell me. I take a moment to think about it. I don't believe she would mind. She said she's had a few sexual partners and a romantic partner while living here. In fact, two of them are her bandmates. She mentioned that she's capable of being sexually interested in anyone regardless of gender, but romantically prefers women. I see. What do you think about her now? What do you mean? Being that we are both on the aromantic spectrum, I think it might be a little different. But I think what I'm getting at is, do you see Chloe as partnership material? Yeah, Trace, that very, very big moment of like, what are you getting at? What are you thinking? But I think what I'm getting at is you see Chloe as partnership material. When Allie asked me, I imagined what it would be like to be partners with Chloe. My imagination falls to me. I can't seem to conjure up anything in particular about what a partnership with Chloe would look like. Feels like I still need to get to know her better. I can tell there's a sweet person underneath her guarded exterior, which is really important for me. I wouldn't want to partner with someone who is truly cold, but I don't think that's who Sheila really is. She seems to be slowly getting more comfortable with showing me that side of herself, which makes me happy. And I am attracted to her. So even though this isn't a direct answer to your question, I hope it answers it nonetheless. Of course, it does, thanks. Of course. We both lean back and enjoy our break. The drink is delicious and the shade feels nice. I really enjoy coming here and spending time in the garden with Allie. Also, just so you know, I'll be heading to my first service near the beginning of autumn. Oh, really? That's great! You've been anticipating this, haven't you? Sort of, yes. I'll be facilitating a meditation session. Nothing special. Will you be lecturing before the meditation? That's the plan, yes? That's a fantastic start. I'm very happy for you. Thanks, Rio. I don't say this often enough, but I really appreciate our friendship. Thank you for supporting me. Of course. I'm here for you. Once you figure out the day, let me know. Will do. I've known Allie for almost 10 years now. She has mentioned before that her parents would eventually have her take the lead of some services. This is exciting news. I know the others are not Cosmothasians, I believe that's how we pronounce it, but I'm sure they'd still come out here to support Allie. All I have to do is remember to tell them. I'm really glad that we're actually, like, because I thought, like, the religion aspect of this was just going to be, like, kind of broad, be like, hey, guys, here's the religion of the day. We're moving on from it now. I'm really glad that's actually, like, taking the time to, like, even if it's not, like, a lot right now, actually, like, build up that aspect of it. Also, this is very Rio-centric part of the story, which I don't mind. I love Rio. She's great. Mina and I make our way to the cafe once our classes are over for the day. As we walk in, the bell jingles and we make our way to the counter. We plan to just grab a drink and leave, but to our surprise, Rio is here. She's sitting at our usual table and hasn't seemed to notice us yet. It appears she is reading something on her tablet. Rio! Mina yells Rio's name and begins to walk quickly towards her. She speaks loudly enough to catch the attention of everyone in the cafe. Oh, hey! Mina, Aspen! Mina and Rio hug Mina, then returns to the counter to place her order. Oh, I can show you guys something. Everyone who's new here. A cute little aspect of this game I really appreciate is that whenever it changes POV characters, the little paintbrush reticle thing changes color to match, and I think that's very cute. I place my order first and approach Rio to hug her as well. I didn't expect you to be here. Yeah, I just stopped by to grab something, but instead decided to stay a little while and get some reading done. What are you reading? The readings are from our recent sociology assignment, the one about the times before the revolution. Oh, are we going to learn about that? It's surprising how people can still be... Oh! Never mind. real revolution, I think. It's surprising how people can be so indifferent to their own suffering and to the suffering of others, even when the cause of it is so obvious. I finished reading the text Rio was referring to several days ago. It is demoralizing to say the least. Oh, wait, never mind. It is like a... Oh, it's more world building, a revolution that's happening right now. But that's not... Wait, hang on. I think I missed part of that. Referring to demoralizing to say the least. But it's not that obvious when people are socialized into a system like that. They even end up policing themselves. It becomes like water to a fish. Indoctrination and propaganda are powerful tools of control. Well, I'm glad we no longer have to deal with that. No society is perfect. Every... The acronym for the society they live in is FUN. That is amazing. Every FUN has its own challenges. There's always room for improvement. Alright, what does this stand for? After the revolution, there was a strong sense of international unity. As a result, many nations formed federations, confederations, and unions. Fun. Wait. Federations, confederations, and unions. It's a commonly used acronym for federations, unions, and nations. Oh, okay. Okay. I was reading that. I was like, how does FUN translate to FCU? I was like, that doesn't work out very well. But no, that makes sense. That makes sense. Perhaps it's just awful to imagine how people in the past lived through such dystopic circumstances. This was less than 3 centuries ago. Oh. True, things are definitely... That's how far in the future they are? Oh my gosh. True, things are definitely better now than they used to be. We barely avoided climate catastrophe, but people eventually united together to oust the oligarchs. It's just so sad. It's sad that we often have to risk so much just to secure a better future. People don't have much of a choice when the powerful are so willing to exploit and subjugate them. An aura of grim silence lingers around our table as our thoughts rest on the past. Anyway, thank you for saving us from that, Mina. Yeah, that's a depressing topic. Rio, have you been working on that new piece for the art exhibit? I have, yes. Professor Kalen has been occasionally giving me some pointers but for the most part the process has been organic. It feels like I'm stumbling into something good. Stumbling? What do you mean by that? Well, I use an intuitive art method. I usually only have a general idea of what I'm doing. For example, I'll start with something simple, like a waterfall. Then I'll just start painting with no clear direction. I just do what feels right as I paint. So I just sort of stumble into places, if it makes sense. It seems risky. I like it. We briefly chuckle at Mina's response. You're not wrong. Sometimes it works out and sometimes it doesn't. Either way, I tend to enjoy the process. I feel like I'd be paralyzed by trying to do what feels right. I like to have a plan to I like to have a plan to follow. That's okay. We all have our own processes. Whatever works for you. Mina and I hear the barista say our names. I tell Mina I'll grab her drink as well and approach the counter. As I grab the drinks, the aroma of the coffee slows me down. I take a moment to enjoy the scent before making my way back to the table. I slowly weave between the tables and chairs, trying not to spill drinks. I reach the table without a single drop on the saucers. Success! Here you go. Thank you. So, Rio, how did your date with Chloe go? Oh, so it was a date. Well, no, it wasn't originally intended as a date. However, I love that they're all as into the idea of them dating as I am. That makes me feel better. Rio tells us several details about her, because that did just occur to me that the past 3 scenes have either been the date or been about the date. And that's good. That's good. Rio tells us several details about her hike with Chloe, concluding with Chloe's question about whether or not their time together was a date. Oh, wow. Well, I'm definitely convinced she's interested in you. But I do have some concerns. Oh, what are those? Well, Jen seems to be into Chloe, right? And from what Jen has said, it seems possible that Chloe is into her. Go on. Oh no, this is turning into like a love dodecahedron with how many like of these relationships are starting to like interconnect and stuff. Oh, that was it. I suppose that doesn't concern you much. I guess I'm not sure how Jen would feel about it. From what I understand, Jen is monogamous. I'm not sure how she would feel about it either. I'm trying not to worry about it too much. I think it will become what it means to be. Wow, I feel like I'd be anxious. I suppose, but I'm comfortable with letting things play out. I love Jen, and I believe we can navigate the situation together. But what if you both want to partner with Chloe, and Jen doesn't want you to? What then? Like I said, I'm trying not to worry about it. I won't stress... I'm trying not to worry about it, but you constantly bringing it up is starting to make me worry about it. Oh no. I won't stress over something unless it actually becomes far more likely. I'd rather not burden myself with it. If it happens, I'll deal with it then. You know, your approach to art makes a lot more sense now. I was just thinking the same. I can see the parallels. It's a bit like letting go, right? Relinquishing control. For me, that sounds precarious. I've always been a bit of a perfectionist. I find it difficult to trust that things will work out without my constant effort. Sure, but for some people, all that planning and effort can be exhausting. Just like Rio said, she'd rather not bother with a worry. She'd rather let the chips fall where they may and adapt accordingly. True, but unpredictability is... stressful. I get that, but all that time and effort could lead to more anxiety and potentially more disappointment if things don't end up in your favor. I suppose, but if I don't at least try to manage things, I feel like I'm lost. I struggle with just sitting there. I remember when you were sick and you started to cry. Yes, I remember that very embarrassing moment. Thank you for reminding me. I'm startled at first, but then catch on to mean to sarcasm. I'm sorry? But all I mean to say is, I really struggled with just sitting there, not being able to help. It was agonizing. Aw, Aspen, I'm sorry. I was just trying not to get you sick. I know. Thank you. However, sometimes I just want someone to be there. I get the feeling of wanting to help, I really do, but I don't think it's right most of the time to think of someone crying as a problem to be solved. It seems to me that when people are too solution-oriented, they are just trying to get me to stop crying. But I need to cry. Sometimes it just feels great to cry. Sometimes that's how I process things. Why are you trying to stop my tears? I struggle to not laugh at Mina's playful indignance. Rio seems to agree. ... What were we talking about? I was really hoping we were going to give, like, Rio a ... too. Oh, right, control. I'm sorry, Rio. For what? I feel bad at critiquing your life philosophy so openly in front of you. No worries, Aspen. I know what works for me. I don't expect everyone to live their lives the same way I do. But I think it's good to have these kinds of conversations. Her smile reassures me that she isn't offended about my words. Though Mina and I had a slight disagreement, I think I've gained a little more insight into the way she thinks. After a short silence, I decided to direct the conversation back to academia. So, Rio, how are your classes going? Statistics is still pretty difficult. The professor continues to move ahead in the lesson before I can get a full grasp of the previous lesson. That is just college math, though. Like in high school and junior high, you learn like one lesson at a time. But in college, it's like, or like even like over like a course of like a few classes, it'll be like one lesson. But in college, it's like, all right, here's 3 lessons essentially this day. The next class is 3 more sessions, or like 3 more subjects. The next class is 3 more subjects. And then after only like 2 or 3 classes, we're taking our test. And it's like, oh yay, fun. Good water. Yeah, it's beginning to get challenging for me as well. Why does Rio look so pleased by that answer? The factor analysis stuff is tricky. Aspen, would you mind helping me and Mina out? I can see if Jen wants to come later. Oh no, this is Rio. She's plotting. She's gonna try and be like, hey, we should all study together, but me and Jen are actually not gonna show up, so you two get alone time. Sure, I'm happy to help. Plotting indeed. Just that face was just too mischievous. I was like, oh no, you're plotting now. You're plotting. Oh no. When exactly are you thinking, Rio? How about tomorrow after classes? Great, I can do it tomorrow. Same. Last time we had a study session, Mina couldn't join us. I'm excited that she can make it this time. Oh, look at that face. That's adorable. I don't think she's ever smiled like that. That is the happiest she's been. I'm going to continue reading the rest of this text if that's okay with you two. Oh, of course, Rio. Aspen, you mind if we chill for a minute so I can finish my drink? Not at all. Mina and I share a smile together before she leans back, closes her eyes, and begins humming to the cafe music. I follow suit, enjoying the pleasant atmosphere of the cafe. That evening, the 81st of summer. We won our game 2 days ago. I wasn't able to celebrate at the time because I had other work that needed to be done for my courses. However, I managed to make it to Old Town yesterday to meet my brother for lunch. Walking around after lunch, we passed by the Star and Still. A display on the Lumido advertises a brand named Placid Anthem. The term Lumido is a neologism, blending lumi, light, and window. Oh my gosh, lumi! Is that a Tracy reference? And window, used to describe windows that can function like a screen, capable of displaying anything a digital screen can. Oh, that's cool. On the display, an image featuring Chloe and her bandmates. The display stated they'd be playing at the pub on the 81st and the 85th. So here I am in Old Town, standing outside the Star and Still. Honestly, when I saw the ad yesterday, I had no intention of coming. But as the day went on, I just kept thinking of coming down here as the evening came. I hopped on a bus and here I am. I thought about inviting a friend, but I don't know if I want the others knowing that I'm going out of my way to see Chloe's band. I'd rather Rio, Ray, or Allie not be here. I'm sure they have commentary on why I actually came, and I'm not interested in hearing that at the moment. Aspen is most likely in for the night studying. Maybe Mina? To be honest, I'm not sure why I feel the need to hide the fact that I've come here. What am I afraid of? Mina texted the group chat yesterday saying she was feeling much better, which I'm happy to hear. I decided to text her. Mina Yarvinen. Hey Mina, I'm at the Star and Still in Old Town. Would you like to join me? That sounds great, smiley face. It takes me about 25 minutes to get there, but I'll head out now. Okay, see you soon. I'm surprised Mina was so quick to agree to join me, but I'm not complaining. I'm glad she'll be here with me. As I put my phone away, I hear music coming from inside the pub. It seems like I'm already late. The pub is a little busier than the last time Ray and I came. As I maneuver through the crowd, I see Chloe on stage. I go to the bar to get a light drink before sitting at a small table next to the wall with a good view of the stage. I don't believe Chloe has noticed me yet. I relax, sit back, and enjoy my drink and listen to the band. The way Chloe plays her saxophone is so assertive. Her fingers navigate the keys of the instrument with grace. Once again, I'm captivated by her presence. The resonant notes of her saxophone pull at me and maintain my attention. Chloe has an allure I cannot ignore. Oh my god, did my thoughts just rhyme? You're just feeling musical right now. Maybe that's why... Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. I found out yesterday from a friend that apparently there's a Stranger Things musical on Broadway right now. And I had no idea about that. Like, I had never heard of that being, like, made into a thing. But for some reason, that sounds like the best idea in the world to me. And I really want to see it. Although I'm never going to be able to. Because that sounds like money. But I don't know. For some, like, the kind of vibe, even though it's like a, like, horror-adjacent kind of thing, I'm like, for some reason, that feels like it makes sense as, like, one of the non-musical things being made into a musical. Sort of like how there's, like, a Percy Jackson musical. And I'm like, I feel like you hear that, and you're like... you're kind of like, Percy Jackson's like this book about like these demigods going to a campus. This is really like the thing to be made into a musical. Like, what does it have to do with that? But then you start hearing the songs, and it's like, hang on, actually, Percy Jackson has the vibes of a musical as long as the character starts singing. And it's like, I feel like Stranger Things has the exact same vibes as that. It's called Stranger Things: The First Shadow. I haven't heard much about it outside of the fact that it exists. Hang on, I wanna. What is that about? Hang on, Stranger Things. First Shadow. Stage play that's... Oh, it's a prequel! Oh, it tells the story of Hawkins, Indiana, 24 years before the events of the show. Oh, they're really trying to pull on that 60s nostalgia instead of the 80s nostalgia. I get it. Okay. That's weird. What's even happening at that time? Well, the Phil family as they start a new life movie. Oh! Young man in the dark past and the play involves... Okay. As he becomes the antagonist. Okay, so it's all about, like, Vecna, the main antagonist of the series, essentially. How, like, their origin story, basically. So, that's cool. I really want to see it. That sounds like a good time. But anyways, back on the main topic. That's why I came today. Maybe I came here because I wanted to feel what I felt last time I was here. That same captivation, that same attraction. Nope, I'm not even going to consider that possibility right now. I'm already struggling with the feelings of wanting to kiss Rio, and now lust for Chloe? Nope, nuh-uh, not happening. Even briefly entertaining the idea puts me into an emotionally defensive disposition. I have mixed feelings yet again. I want to resist her, but I'm also tempted to imagine her in an intimate way. The tension is unpleasant to say the least. Cognitive dissonance, if I'm not mistaken. The piece comes to a close, and the patrons applaud. Chloe and the rest of the band wave to the audience with smiles on their faces. As Chloe scans the crowd, she sees me. Her eyes lock on mine, and after the initial second or two of surprise, she smiles at me. Not just a welcoming smile, but a smile that says something else. I'm not quite sure what, though. Oh no, oh no. Don't ruin my ship, don't take them from me. The band goes on to play several other pieces, all of which continue to cause me to swim in my mixed emotions. After their last piece is completed, Chloe looks in my direction again. Oh, when she's wearing her, like, her cut-off jacket, it's like her best look. And like the sleeves things that she's wearing, like the what's it called? Oh my gosh, I'm blanking on it. It reminds me, what am I thinking of? It reminds me of stockings, I don't know why. But I know what it is. I don't know, it's just like an upgrade to her already, like, great fit. She places her saxophone on a stand and walks towards me. Just like last time, she shifts her hair behind her ear with her fingers as she approaches me. Chloe sits next to me, placing her arm on the booth directly behind my shoulders. I'm glad to see you here. Oh, well, I was in the area, so I thought it wouldn't hurt to drop by. Oh shit, why am I lying? In the area, eh? Yeah, that's what I said. She laughs a little, shaking her head slightly from side to side. I'm sure she knows I'm being dishonest. Whatever you say. Chloe scoots slightly closer to me and looks into my eyes. With her usual magnetic presence, she's so close that I can smell the mint on her breath. So, did you enjoy the show? Yeah, you were all great. I'm glad I stopped by. She scoots closer to me again. Her face isn't far from mine. I'm startled, but don't move. Oh, she's really trying to, like... It's because... So for those unaware, Jen was like, came to one of these shows and was telling some of her friends about it. Was like, oh, but she's like also so pretty. Like, oh my gosh. And then she instantly got outed by one of her friends about it. And so I'm sure she's just sitting here just trying to like poke at that, just trying to see like if she can get a reaction out of Jen. I'm glad she did too. Chloe's arm slides off the booth and onto my shoulder. I can see peripherally that she still continues to look at me with those seductive eyes. Also, Jen is the easiest person on planet Earth to make flustered. Anything works. Okay, I had doubts before, but not anymore. She is definitely flirting with me. Now that I think about it, it's possible she's only teasing me, pushing my buttons as she has done before. I set myself out of the trance she puts me in, trying to show a calm exterior. I can't let her have this kind of power over me. Oh, but you want her to, come on. Well, I don't have much of a reason to come otherwise, so I'm pleased you were all here to entertain me. I struggle to keep my composure with her being so close. She leans in even further. Her lips are practically on my ear when she says, I'll entertain you anytime, babe. Yeah, that's just gonna completely unravel her. The pressure from her breath on my ear sends chills all over my body. I feel my adrenaline pumping in my blood, and blood rushes to my face more than I'm sure it already has. As my heart races, I feel several degrees warmer. She's just so hot. Chloe then stands, casting her eyes towards mine and maintaining that same grin. Her expression is confident and provocative. She winks and walks away from me, much like she did last time I was here. When Chloe makes it back on stage, she turns around to look at me. She seductively licks her lips as her eyes scan my body. Okay, well maybe it isn't just teasing at this point. Never mind. After a few moments of staring at her, my face burning, I realize my attempt to stay composed and play it cool has completely failed. I turn away and place my hands on my face. I can't believe she's this bold in a public place. Well, I can believe it, actually. Whoa! Of course, Mina arrives to see all of that. Naturally. A familiar voice shakes me. I lower my hands from my face and find Mina standing in front of me, looking surprised. Oh, shit. Oh my god, Jen. No. Bollocks, Jen. You can't hide it anymore. I saw her basically lick your ear. Mina approaches the booth and sits beside me where Chloe was. Mina, it wasn't what it looks like. Are you going to lie to me again? I'm shaken by Mina's retort. I didn't expect that sort of reply from her. But she's right. I can feel the tension in her voice. She isn't joking around this time. I feel like I keep avoiding the truth, but I just can't admit to it. I take a look at Chloe on stage. Mina notices my eyes wandering and follows my gaze to look at Chloe as well. Chloe catches us looking in her direction. She winks and smiles at me while placing some equipment into a carrying case. Mina turns her eyes to me, with one eyebrow raised, and a smile on her face. She says, well, fancy that. I internally balk at the idea of admitting I have feelings for Chloe, though it doesn't seem like there is much of a point resisting Mina's persistence. Fine. Look, Chloe is flirting with me. And I don't hate it. So you're saying that you enjoy it when she flirts with you? Well, no. Not entirely. Is that so? I don't like... Jen... Ellipses. I'm waiting for it to happen 3 times. I just need 3 ellipses in a row. Okay. Ellipses. That one doesn't count because there's a break between. I like Chloe. Somehow I like her. And I don't like her at the same time. Well, I guess that's a start. I'm frustrated by the fact Mina has managed to peel this confession from me. I still feel like there's a part of me that doesn't want to like Chloe. That's okay. I think it's good you recognize that. But what part of you doesn't want to like her? I take a moment to ponder my answer. I think of all my encounters with Chloe, even before the semester. After a moment, I get a brief insight into why I think I might not want to like her. I don't like the idea that she can so easily woo me, and it makes it way worse if she knows she has that power over me. Because I don't like the idea of knowing that Chloe can so easily make me vulnerable, especially when I don't completely trust her. I mean, she has had a history of treating people poorly, even Rio. Aside from that one time you mentioned at the beginning of the semester, has there been another time when she's been that mean to someone? Well... Okay, but just because someone's not mean consistently doesn't mean that it's like, okay. Well... No, not that I'm aware of. Do you think it was happenstance? Maybe she was having a bad day? Well, not really. She was also mean to some of our classmates last semester, so I know she's capable of being a little shit. I see. What does Rio think? My head drops to the table. Well, Rio said she thinks Chloe's behavior that day in class was a fluke. Rio seems to trust that Chloe means well. Damn it, why do I gotta like Chloe? Well, Jen, I think the answer to that question may reveal itself in time. You sound a lot like Allie when you say that. Mina chuckles briefly. Am I wrong, though? I guess we'll see. Mina smiles at me, placing her hand on my back. Thanks for coming out here, Mina. I really appreciate the company. Of course. Now I haven't ordered a drink yet, so I'll be right back. Mina walked towards the bar to order a drink and remained at the table. It's funny, actually. I didn't want to invite Rio, Allie, or Ray, because I figured they'd talk to me about Chloe. And well, turns out that conversation happened anyway. I don't feel bad that it happened, though, and I'm not upset with Mina or anything. I have a strategy of avoidance when it comes to dealing with shit like this. Oh my gosh, it's just a revolving door of women. I see Chloe approaching me again from behind the stage, with a concerned look on her face. You okay, babe? Maybe it's just the contration in me? I think that's supposed to be contrarian in me, but I reflexively get angry hearing her call me babe. No, you don't get to call me that. I'm not your babe. Oh, getting feisty with me, huh? I like it. Chloe puts on a flirty smile before looking towards Mina at the bar. Well, I'm not here to interrupt your time with your friend. I just came here to give you my number. Take out your phone. I love the forwardness of it. I feel like it's just her messing with her. Despite what I said earlier, I'm pretty sure it's just her messing with Jen. Chloe, phone in hand, extends it in my direction. I reluctantly comply, taking out my phone as well. She double taps our phones together. There, and thanks again for coming. Yeah, sure. Chloe turns around and heads backstage. Mina turns... Again, revolving door of women. Mina returns with a drink in hand and sits next to me. Oh, come on, I was gone for 1 minute and you two talk without letting me listen to your every word. I love Mina's sense of humor. Sorry, it wasn't much though, I just told her off. Telling her off isn't much. Don't tell me that, what did you say? Well, she called me babe and I told her that I wasn't her babe. Oh? Well, that might make her want you more. What? Mina, you can't be serious. I mean, she might enjoy the chase, you know? Chase? Yeah, she's chasing you. She's flirting with you and you are resisting. Oh. Mina might be right. Chloe just said she likes me being feisty. Could Chloe be enjoying the challenge of me not giving in to her advances? Am I playing her game by resisting? What else happened? Mina looks at me curiously, trying to get every morsel of information she can. Well... We exchanged contact info? Oh yeah? Mina stares at me curiously. Hey, don't look at me that way. I reluctantly agreed. Sure. Mina's sarcasm brings us both to laughter. We spend another half an hour talking about the academy, her family, Chloe. I don't see Chloe for the remainder of the time we spend here. I begin to wonder if I told her off too harshly. What is wrong with me? I love that scene. No, this scene was great. I love... Again, not jokes aside, I really like Jen and Chloe's relationships and like the way... Again, because Jen is just the most easily flustered person ever. I love Chloe taking the digs at her, and Chloe's just a lot of fun to watch. And then Mina being the one who arrives and is like the most fun person to be there out of the group, probably. Like, that was good. That was just a fun time. But I do think that we're probably going to end it there for today. We've been going for about over 3 hours now. Yeah. So I feel like that's a good time to stop. And I would be playing more, but I do have other stuff that I gotta get to today. But I had a good time. And I also really like this new streaming time, because normally I stream at like really late my time. So usually by the end of it, I'm kind of like falling out of it. I'm getting like really sleepy and all that kind of stuff. And like, so streaming a little bit in the earlier in the day, which is a lot easier to do on the weekend, I'm like, this feels a lot better. I've caught so many errors, XD. Again, that's what I'm here for. I'm a great tester. I'm a great person to help point those things out. Thanks for the background noise as I finish working on stuff. Of course, anytime. I feel like that's one of the fun things about like visual novel streams or like any kind of reading stream in general. It's just like just a fun place to come hang out for a little bit, listen to like a story being told, and occasional little yaps from me. I think it's a fun time. But yeah, on Wednesday, we will be back for more Women Wednesday to do some more Twofold, which I'm very, very excited for. Then we'll be hopefully finishing our... Tracy, can I ask you a quick question real quick? Do you think we're going to finish Jedicide next time we do Undertale on Thursday? Like, what do you think the chances of that are? Because as long as there's not another 3-hour Undyne fight waiting around the corner to jump scare me, I think we've got it. Unless, of course, Sans claps me around for a couple hours, in which case we won't, but you know, it'll happen. There's a 40% chance. You know what, I'm a gacha player. Those are some pretty good odds. Maybe 50. Oh my gosh, it got better. But those will be at our usual 8 p.m. MDT time, just because that's, with work and everything, that's when I can be available to stream. Whereas next Sunday, we'll be back with more of this. Because again, I think I really like this time, so that's good. So I'm looking forward to it, because we're getting close to finishing a couple of things, actually. Like, we're not too far away from the end of Twofold, because we just started Act 3. We're in the last round of Undertale, and there's a 50% chance that we're going to be finishing that. And we're making some pretty nice progress through Why Not Both, so we're coming to a close on some things. But thank you again, everyone who came in with the raid. And speaking of which, let me go ahead and who should we raid into? Looking at my followers list, and not a lot of people are live right now over there. Let's go ahead and take care. Thank you so much for being here. Let's raid into Ujix. There we go. And I'm actually going to do it right this time. Oh my gosh, last time I tried raiding into them, I spelled it wrong. But I hope everyone takes care. Thank you again so much for the raid, and thank you so much for sticking around. I really appreciate it, because I really just like getting to read visual novels with people and hanging out, so I really appreciate it. Obviously, be respectful and be kind to everyone, especially Ujix, who we're raiding into. So, yeah, with all that being said, I'll see all you beautiful people in the next one. Bye-bye!